The things that matter most happen right in our own backyard. Our neighbors, our schools, the places we go, and the people we know. And now there's one news outlet where our story is told. Delaware Live. Locally owned, community-based news. Free to every reader, because Delaware's future belongs to all of us. Quality journalism we can trust to help us take on the day. Delaware Live. Our state, our news, our home.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Delcastle High School for the Delcastle Invitational. Benny Mitchell here with Nick Alessandrini, bringing you the finals action, about ready to start. They're finishing up the Conci semi-round. And, Nick, I think one thing coming in, you have to be happy to see your old alma mater, St. Mark's, 3 guys in the finals. It's been a long, painful haul for St. Mark's over the years.
I think it's almost been now a decade, right, Benny? Wow,
right.
Since I graduated in 2013, a couple guys able to make the podium at States, I believe, in 2014, but a drought since then, and a lot of buzz here with the Spartans from some people that I've had a chance to talk to here this weekend. Great to be able to see them not only with a full lineup, but as you mentioned, some guys having some success as well. Great to see a couple of those guys here up close and personal at Delcastle. A good showing for St. Mark's this weekend.
So before we talk about how many from the other teams that are in there, 3 number 1 ranked wrestlers got knocked out in today's semifinals. 4 number 1 seeds were beaten in the semifinals, so a very competitive tournament and a little bit of a preview of maybe the state tournament to come in March. Cesar Rodney with 2 in the finals. Tower Hill with 2 in the finals. Red Lion with 2. Caravelle has 3. Salesianum with 4. DMA 3. Sussex Tech 1. William Penn with 4. Middletown, Sanford, St. E's, and Wilmington Friends, each with a wrestler in the finals tonight.
As you mentioned, Benny, a lot of parity, in the state this year, and this is a great, litmus test for, as you mentioned, the guys that they might see here in a month or two down the road in early March at Cape Henlopen High School. This tournament always brings so many teams, and I believe this year 31 teams here at Delcastle. Again, not a lot of seating, not a lot of parking. That's why you're able to watch this live on Delaware Live Sports. But a great tournament, and a special thank you to Delcastle and all that they do to put this on. But it's been a great weekend of wrestling here.
Let's give them the finals rundown. We're going to start at 106 pounds today. It's going to be a rematch from a match in December with number 1 Cliff Backish from St. Mark's. He's 26-3. He's going to take on number 2 ranked Alex McAvoy from Cesar Rodney, 16-6. McAvoy, a state finalist last year.
Yeah, and Cliff Backish, a lot of the St. Mark's buzz, as I mentioned, surrounding the young Backish. Had a lot of success already so far early in this year, but Alexander McAvoy, we've had a chance to see him now with you over the last couple years. Success in the state tournament. Obviously, one of the better wrestlers there for Trey Mitchell and company at Cesar Rodney. This should be a good one here to kick everything off. At
113 pounds, it's the 8th grader from Tower Hill, Dominic Lucian, 14-0. And he goes up against Ty Bellerin of Red Lion, 17-3. Bellerin getting in with he had a tough semifinal 4-2 win over Cole Mouth at Cesar Rodney, so he's at least tested before we get to this final tonight.
Another thing, Red Lion, right? How often do you see the Red Lion school with a bunch of wrestlers having this success here in the finals? Big matchup with St. Mark's on Friday night, something we might talk about a little bit later on. But impressed by Red Lion, the showing that they've had here at Delcastle this week, and Ty Bellerin again in the finals. That should be a good one. 8th and 9th grader there meeting up at 113.
And Lucian is ranked number 2 in the state. Bellerin is number 3. Let's move to 120 pounds. This is the 2-time state champ, sophomore Eddie Radicke from Caravelle Academy. He's 11-5, ranked number 1 in the state. And he's up against Aaron Menachella of St. Mark's, 25-8. Menachella coming down from 132, where he is ranked number 3 at 132. So I guess that's a weight class change for him coming into January.
Yep, that's what we're going to see a lot of this now as we kind of get ready for the state tournament in a few months. We'll see some shuffling. Eddie Radicke, though, obviously the 2-time state champ, had a chance to do some interviews with him down Cape Henlopen in the last few years. Such a talented wrestler, but great to see another Spartan, Menachella, up here. Going to challenge him, both sophomores. Should be a good one there as well.
At 126 pounds from Cesar Rodney, 22-4 on the season. He's ranked number 1 in the state. It's Trevor Copes up against Cameron Davis, 15-5 from Salesianum, ranked number 3 in the state. So we have a 1 versus 3 at 126.
Yeah, we knew we were going to get a lot of these coming in. Sorry about that. I'll talk and get some official stuff done here at the scores table. We are not the main table or the scores table, but that does happen again. But you talked about Trevor Cobes. I've been wanting now to see him now at Caesar Rodney this year. This is going to be the first time I get to check him out here in 2022-2023 season. Very impressive, always has been the last few years. And then a name that we also know very well, Cam Davis Jr. These guys know each other well as well. So should be a good one. Again, not going to see a lot of unknowns here in Delcastle. These guys have all seen each other for the most part pretty much before.
At 132 pounds, it's the 3-time state champ from Caravel Academy, Luke Poore. He is ranked number 1 in the state, and he's up against 15-1 Drew Pratt out of Tower Hill. Pratt ranked number 5.
Yeah, Luke Poore, one of the most impressive wrestlers we're going to see here in the entire weekend from Caravel Academy. Just finished up one of the top athletes of 2022. Alex Poore was on that list for me for DETV. Luke Poore going to make his way to that list, I'm sure, this year. Yeah. I mean, he's just been spectacular in the offseason. You had a chance to interview him. Great performances there, and obviously nothing any different as we begin the regular season for him here at Caravel this year.
And we'll speed it up here a little bit. 138 pounds, Daniel Williams from Delaware Military, ranked number 2 in the state. He's up against Dustin Elliott, ranked number 3 at 144. Ranked number 1 at 38, Daniel Sinclair bumping up tonight. He's 12-5. He goes up against number 1 ranked at 144, Jamar Wells of Caravel. At 150 pounds, Miles Harding, unranked, up against number 4 ranked Sam Munch at 150 pounds from Salesianum. At 157, Michael Lane, also I believe I think he's in the rankings. Yes, he's ranked number 4. He knocked off number 1 ranked Cameron Cantaldi in the semis. He's going to take on Jacob Ebal of Red Lion Christian. He had a tough match to get here. He's ranked number 3. At 165 is number 2 ranked Luke Spohr of St. Mark's, 24-2, against Frankie Norris of William Penn, ranked number 3. At 175, Chase Timmons of Middletown. He is unranked currently at 175, and he'll be taking on Drew Simpson of Delaware Military, ranked number 3. At 190 pounds, Justin Griffin, the 2-time state champ. He's 18-6 this year. He takes on James Miller of Salesianum. I think he also goes by Frankie Miller, 17-2. This is number 1 versus number 2. At 215, I can't wait to get here. State champ versus state champ. Max Agresti, Salesianum, 21-0. He's ranked number 1 in the state. Tyler August, Delaware Military, 20-3, ranked number 2 in the state. Let's talk. We got a little bit of time to talk about that one. That's a big one.
That's the one, right? Again, these guys met not that long ago, maybe a week ago or 2 at Conestoga, I think it was. And obviously Max coming off that Beast of the East championship a little while ago. But Tyler, one of the biggest improvements throughout his high school career. He's been fantastic for DMA. That whole team has been getting better and better. Here he is as a senior. This is the big one. Can't wait for 215.
And at 285, Stephen Goodman, unranked. Career record of 60-17. He's up against Philip Kroc, ranked number 5 in the state at 285 from Wilmington Friends, our lone Quaker in the finals.
Yeah, this one, Kroc undefeated at 8-0. How about the record for Steph Goodman? We saw how effective he was on the football field, offensive and defensive lineman. Well, you're going to need some of that as a wrestler in heavyweight. 57-17, 57 wins for him. We've seen flashes from him. Again, that one could go any way at 285.
So we're getting ready to start here. We're going to take a quick commercial timeout, and we'll be back with some live wrestling action here from Delcastle. We're back to Delcastle. The first whistle over here on the third place match has started here in the finals at 106 pounds. It's Cliff Backish of St. Mark's, 26-3, ranked number 1 in the state, up against Alex McAvoy, Caesar Rodney, 16-6. They have one meeting already this year. Backish taking that one up in Pike Creek, a big home match for the Spartans. Backish will be in the white singlet with very hard to read yellow print, and McAvoy sporting the 2-piece for the Caesar Rodney Riders in the blue and gold.
Yeah, this will be a good one. What a way to kick off the finals here. I know we've been waiting a couple hours to get these underway. We're ready to go. Let's do it.
There we go. Underway at 106 pounds. Backish in the weight. He'll be the green wrestler up against McAvoy from Caesar Rodney in the red band and wearing the blue and gold.
Nice little crowd for St. Mark's here up on the mat, checking out this one.
Right. Shot by McAvoy. Comes up with an over-under to Backish. I do not believe these two met in the state tournament. I know McAvoy won the duel last year when Backish was in on a single. Goes to the backside, looking to bring it up high. Pulls it up, now looking to pull him in and get that front trip or back trip. McAvoy trying to jack up the leg. Backish holding on to that leg shin wizard. And they're going to take it to the edge, out of bounds, no score. Anyhow, Backish at Caraval last year transfers to St. Mark's. McAvoy, the senior, state runner-up last year, losing to Malachi Stratton of Sussex Central, who is ranked number 1 at 113 this season.
Yeah, first good minute here into match number 1. Good shot by McAvoy, was in deep. Better job by Backish there to fight it off near the edge.
Back dead center of the mat, 48 seconds to go here. Shot again by McAvoy. This time he doesn't go backside this time. He's going to look like he's going to try to bring the knee up to the chest. That is what he does. Looks to go back trip. You don't want to break that lock, and he did.
Yeah, Backish has done a good job of fighting off here with that one leg, keeping his balance, able to prevent the takedown, at least for the moment.
20 seconds to go here in the first period.
And again, McAvoy been the aggressor here early on.
On the edge with 10 seconds to go. Under 5. And we're going to end the first period like we started it, no score. As Backish is able to fight off 2 shot attempts by Alex McAvoy.
Yeah. And if you're Coach Trey Mitch, you got to love how deep McAvoy was in on both of those shots. And, of course, you're going to want him to finish those, and you're going to expect him to finish those if he's able to get in that deep here as the match progresses. Backish, though, doing a good job of fighting him off here.
Full disclosure, he keeps talking about Trey Mitchell. Yes, there is a relationship. That is my son, head coach at Cesar Rodney, first-year head coach.
Trey and I wrestled against each other back in high school. Not one-on-one, but team CR and St. Mark's.
And that was back when CR and St. Mark's were always in the battle. And here they wrestled a duel again this year and kind of getting that little feud back together. McAvoy looks like he might have a cradle. No, he does not. Now he's going to put the boot in. Dead center of the mat. Minute 30 to go. No score here at 106 pounds. Number 1 versus number 2 in the state of Delaware.
Again, McAvoy just coming out with a little bit more energy here to begin this first finals match. Took both shots, got in on both of those. Backish fought him out and then able to sink the boot in here a minute into period number 2.
We'll say you may be trying to go for like a banana split or something.
Yeah, an inverted type of it there.
Right.
Backish doing a good job, though, of staying not broken down, keeping that balance elbow down. And now we're
going to get a stalemate. First stalemate of the match. 59 seconds to go here. No score. We're at 106 pounds. Delcastle Invitational. Folks, you're getting a little preview of the state finals coming up here in March. Backish rises to his feet. McAvoy in the rear stand. He's going to cut him, give him the one to avoid the stalling call.
Yeah, couldn't get the boot in there off of the whistle. Good job by Backish to get right to his feet. Don't want to give McAvoy any time to try to sink something in.
McAvoy with a little bit of a duck under there. Doesn't get to it. Front head position here by Backish. 33 seconds to go. Second period. 1-0 lead for Cliff Backish of St. Mark's. I can remember back in the 2000s up through about 2012 where gyms were packed to watch a St. Mark's Cesar Rodney duel in a state tournament.
Those were the days, right? I mean, I think back in 2010 when we wrestled each other in the quarterfinals. Right. And then I believe the next couple of years, and it's a lot of talent in those duel meets, yeah. And again, that's his third shot. Backish yet to take a shot.
And we're going to go to the third period. No score here. Or a 1-point score here for Backish. So we move to the third, 1-0 lead, and McAvoy will take the bottom position.
So here we go, 2 minutes, a 1-0 lead here for Backish. And again, these guys know each other, saw each other not that long ago. And now just 2 minutes here to decide your Delcastle champ.
McAvoy rises to his feet, puts on the hand fight, back his front trip.
And again, we'll see Backish what he can do here on top, but if McAvoy's able to get up and sunken a bar in here.
The noise you hear, folks, we have matches on both sides. The third place match is to our right, and the fifth place match is to our left. And there's a little rumble going on down there and for fifth place. Backish here with the bar, and the half has to release the bar.
Hard crossface there from Backish.
Minute 20 to go here, third period. Backish with the 1-0 lead.
And again, this is what McAvoy had ridden out Backish for the first over a minute there in the second period, and then off the reset, off a stalemate, Backish was able to escape. McAvoy right now getting a lot of pressure. Backish doing a great job on top. We'll see, though, if McAvoy can build some rhythm and get out here with a minute to go.
Referee Kenny Krieger, a little hesitant to call stalling here. You got one guy on the belly and one guy riding the hip, so kind of who do you call there? This time McAvoy rises up, goes out of bounds, 49 seconds on the restart.
So here's the reset, right? Once they reset earlier, Backish was immediately able to get up after being ridden out there in the second period. So McAvoy can get straight up here off the whistle.
Comes to his feet, puts on the hand fight, turns, cuts, and scores. 1-1.
There it is. Come down to neutral. McAvoy has been more aggressive in neutral so far in the match, but Backish been great defensively.
He has no stalling calls in this match. Front head position by McAvoy, reaching for the rear thigh. 27 to go. McAvoy starting to show a little frustration in his face there. And a slide by, takedown by Backish.
Yeah, right as you said it on cue. Big move here. And now time expiring as Backish looks up and checks the clock. Need to go for it all here.
And that's how it's going to end. Cliff Backish winning the 106-pound title here at the Delcastle Invitational.
Great opening match here to start our finals, string of finals matches here at Delcastle. That one coming down to the final 20 seconds. And again, out of nowhere, Backish able to get the two for the win.
And late, what was that, about 25 seconds when he got the takedown?
Yeah, 20 seconds. And out of nowhere, too.
Just a little bit of a sucker drag, little slide by. And that's going to move us to 113 pounds. The eighth grader from Tower Hill, Dominic Lucian. And he's going to take on the freshman from Red Lion, Ty Bellerin.
And again, both of these guys not placing back at Delcastle last season, so their first taste of finals action here at Delcastle High School. And eighth, ninth grader, they are hoping to wind back up in these finals for years to come.
Lucian ranked number 2, Bellerin number 3. They're behind Malachi Stratton, the defending state champ at 106 last year. He's now ranked number 1 at 113 pounds.
And off to a great start for him as well this season. As again, it looks like they're going to wait for this third period to wrap up here on the right side.
While they're doing that, let's pay a bill.
Folks,
we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer, president of Sodell Concepts, the best restaurant group in the state, and we're inviting you to come join our team. Sodell Concepts is a growing hospitality company with 16 restaurants and a variety of other hospitality businesses, all located in beautiful southern Delaware. We have recently added many departments to our executive leadership team, including a training department, a property development department, and a construction department. We invite you to come live at the beach and work with a growing restaurant group with many opportunities to advance your career. Sodell Concepts Restaurant Group, come check us out.
For over 15 years, our company has been building homes in Sussex County, Delaware. We offer a completely comprehensive program for our customers that makes building a new home enjoyable. At Capstone Homes, we have access to lots in our amazing communities or through our realtor partners. Visit with our team of professionals for a completely comprehensive experience. We can handle absolutely every part of building a new home for you and your family. Create your new home. Create a Capstone home.
And welcome back to the Delcastle Invitational here in Wilmington, Delaware. Benny Mitchell with Nick Alessandrini on the table here, and right at Matt's side, Chris Mitchell on the camera, and Nick Halliday making the short trip down from his residence to take some photos that we'll have up hopefully first of the week.
And Nick all over the place so
Yes, he
far
is.
here today. You know, making some new friendships with all the coaches in the corners here and chatting them up during matches.
Right. Coming into the finals, Slazan was in the lead with 223 points. Delaware Military with 201. Caraville with 192. Cesar Rodney 188. William Penn with 180. St. Mark's in 6th with 140.5. Sussex Tech in 7th with 126.5. Red Lion Christian Academy and Tower Hill tied at 118.5. And St. George's rounds out the top 10 with 109.5 points. Your 106-pound weight class, 5th place went to Lloyd of St. George's, and Anthony Andrews of Sussex Tech leads Kubler right now 9-1 with about 37 seconds to go in the match.
Got a good one coming up here in just a few moments at 1:13. Again, Dominic Lucian from Tower Hill. Had a chance to see him a little bit, but just an 8th grader. And then Ty Bellerin from Red Lion. And again, a lot of Red Lion guys here making their ways to the podium.
At the end of the night, we will pick an outstanding wrestler brought to you by the Henlisman Hammer Wrestling Club. Excuse me. It's our Hammer of the Night, and we'll have that picture up on. We'll get an interview hopefully after the match and get that picture up on Twitter before the end of the night. Depends. I got to make dinner reservations when I leave here.
That's right. An initial estimated start time of
3:30
p.m. Right? Yeah, you
It's
never
a
know
typical
how it's
wrestling
gonna
tournament.
go.
That does not
Exactly
happen.
right.
Lucian, he got a bye, then 54-second pin, a minute 32 in the quarters, and a 40-second pin in the semis. Bellerin, he got a pin in the quarter or in the third round, and a pin in the semis or quarters, and then a 4-2 win over Cole Moffitt of Cesar Rodney. So he had a tough trip here earlier this morning. So here we go at 113 pounds. In the green, we're in the green ankle band, is Dominic Lucian. In the black, red trim, red ankle band is Ty Bellerin.
Tying up here right off the bat.
Semifinal, Bellerin did a really good job of fighting off some leg attacks by Moffitt, but not this time. Lucian in on a quick takedown.
Yeah, showing off the strength. Able to lift, plant, get the 2. Now he's going to try to hold this
Keeping those
here.
legs split, though. I'd heard this name. I heard some talk about him, and then he, hadn't seen him on the mat yet, and in a matter of getting down to weight, and he's down to weight, and he's the number 2 ranked wrestler in the state, and most likely him and Stratton will not see each other until the state tournament.
And I'm sure both Stratton taking care of some work himself this weekend. I'm sure he'll be checking out this match on Delaware Live Sports. But
Stratton ranked number 22 in the nation right now.
Yeah, he's been fantastic.
Attempt to roll by Bellerin. Approaching a minute here to go in the first period.
Again, Lucian's been in control right off the whistle, got tied up, used that strength, got what he wanted, and now here doing a great job of keeping that pressure on and just working.
He's also slapped together for an 8th grader, isn't he? And there's the cradle, brings it back, gets 1 swipe, but not 2. Still 45 seconds to go in the period.
Again, Don Lucian, the Howdy Duncan champ.
And there he is. There's the swipes going by referee Jake Sawyer. Now he's looking to settle in with the knee in the side. Nope, he's going to go the belly down version and try to get the pin here. 20 seconds to go in the first period.
Yeah, you're going to have to readjust if he wants to get the pin.
And gets the 3 back. And Lucian goes up 5-0 with 8 seconds to go in the first period.
Right back to the boots here. An impressive first period from Lucian there. Was great on his feet, and once he got on top was great as well. He'll defer, and now we'll see Lucian go bottom.
2 minutes on the clock here, second period. Lucian up 5-0 in the bottom position. Bellerin looking for a cradle of his own. Bellerin from Maryland. His brother was a state champ in Maryland last year as a junior. And Lucian looking quick, reversal there. He goes up 7-0.
Yeah, Lucian just been in control, wrestling his match entirely here so far. And again, he's been great on top. Now he's back in that same position. Got 3 backs last time around. Let's see what he works with here.
And looking forward, should Lucian make the state finals, he'll be what, the 4th, 8th grader in the last 4 or 5 years. The most recent coming to memory, Luke Poore, Trevor Copes, Eddie Radicke.
Yeah.
Oh, he's getting the swipes here with the power half. Minute 6 to go in the second period. And let's not forget our guy we'll see later on tonight, and Justin Griffith. He was a state finalist as an 8th grader. And there's the fall in 3 minutes and 5 seconds for Dominic Lucian. He is your champion at 113 pounds.
That was an impressive victory. Improves to 12-0 now on the season for the 8th grader Lucian. And that was an impressive performance here in the Delcastle finals against Bellerin. And again, you look down at the rankings, Bellerin 3rd, him 2nd, and he made it look pretty easy there,
yes,
did Lucian. So again, Malachi, one of the better wrestlers we've seen here in a while, and Lucian trying to work his way up to that competition in early March.
Got some matches going on around us.
And speaking of Eddie Radicke, I believe Eddie was the first ever 8th grade state champion.
No,
Is
we
that right?
found that there was one prior, and I can't remember the name.
Yeah, I remember a couple years ago breaking that barrier.
Right.
And what an impressive way, and then able to do it again last season. And why not follow it up here?
So
in the
another
sophomore season?
St. Mark Spartan on the match, Aaron Menachella. He, like I said, we had him ranked at 132. He has wrestled some 26. And tonight he's down to 120.
Excited to see him now in person. You've been hearing a lot about him over there at St. Mark's. Kept up with him here a little bit last season, and now here early into the weekend at Delcastle as we now are into the finals. But impressive showing for him, 22-8 for the sophomore. 3rd at the Wetzel Classic, 7th at Ray Oliver. That's a tough tournament, and then 8th at Penn Manor. But he's going to have his hands full today with the 2-time state champ.
So it looks like we're going to be giving away some awards. So let's step away and come back after this commercial timeout.
Looking to stay cool this summer?
At Barclay Heating and Air, we're dedicated to keeping your home comfortable year-round.
Family owned and operated, we provide trusted residential heating and cooling services to customers across Central Delaware. Our experienced technicians offer reliable maintenance and repairs on all major brand HVAC systems. From air conditioners and ductless systems to heat pumps and furnaces, we also sell and install top quality units. No matter your needs, we're committed to getting the job done right with honest and timely service you can count on. Invested in our community, we're proud to help families in more ways than one, sponsoring and donating to many local programs and organizations throughout the area for dependable HVAC services. Give us a shout or a bark at Barclay Heating and Air.
And welcome back to the Delcastle Invitational. Benny Mitchell here with Nick Alessandrini. And we're moving to 120 pounds. And as we said, the 2-time state champion, and he's only a sophomore right now. That's Eddie Radicke of Caravel. He'll be wearing the black singlet with the white and burgundy trim. And he's up against Aaron Menachella from St. Mark's. And as they get closer, yes, I can see that as a Spartan with a Spartan head. Going to have to raise the tuition to get a little green trim in there.
I like the logo on the back there. You know, I used to love the old gold singlets they used to have back in the day.
The old gold, the Notre Dame gold.
Yep. The green trim.
So here we go, 120 pounds about to get underway, and there is the whistle. Radicke, 11-5 this year. Menicella, 25-8. Let's say he's wrestled anywhere from 20 to 32 this season.
And again, Menicella, maybe a little bit bigger, a little bit longer. We'll see if he can use that. Radicke, one of the best.
Radicke got a pin over Gavin Mundy of Delaware Military in the semis. And Menicella, a 6-4 decision over CR freshman Nick Moore.
Menicella pressure on the front head here.
Buddy Lloyd, quick to chime in. Jack Hesse in Claymont, 1966 at 95.
There it is.
Now,
endless knowledge.
yeah, that's right. The man's been around wrestling a long time in this state. No score here at 120. And Radicke, he's known as a slow starter. Once he gets on top, he'll start wearing you down. But right now, having a little trouble getting the score here with 45 seconds to go.
Yeah, another shot that Menicella was able to snap down on and work into the front headlock. As Radicke not able to get in on those first two shots here in the first period.
30 to go. Oh, nice little slide, little shuck by Radicke to get the takedown.
Yeah, Menicella putting a lot of pressure there from the front headlock position. Wasn't really doing too much with it. Just trying to circle.
A little
back
sucker
to
drag.
yep.
And, yeah.
Nice move by Radicke for 2.
2-0 here, Eddie Radicke in the black singlet representing Caravel Academy. Caravel, the defending state champions. I think they've won the state tournament 2 years in a row now. They lost some major parts to that team. We'll see how they do this year come late February. End of the first period. 2-0, Eddie Radicke.
And how talented was that Caravel team here the last few years? You talked about the names that they lost. Still some guys hanging around, though, with a lot of talent. Radicke, one of those guys. And, yeah, wrestling room maybe a little bit smaller, but still got a lot of talent there.
Menicella wins the toss, defers. Radicke goes in the bottom position. Quickly to his feet and able to bring him back down. Radicke looking for a little bit of an elbow roll here.
He's hard to keep down. Quick. Now able to get to his feet.
Escape for Eddie Radicke. 3-0 lead on the edge of the mat, and they go out of bounds. Oh, not yet. Shot by Radicke. Reshot by Menicella, and Radicke with an underhook on the right side.
Let's see now if you're Menicella, be smart over there, but Radicke, very good.
Tough in this position as he's slowly crawling to that near leg. 1:07 to go.
Yeah, plenty of time if you're Radicke here as Menicella trying to hold on for a stalemate.
Right. Now Radicke with the leg and the cross face here. Needs to break that lock off the arm.
There's the hook.
Off the leg. And there's the 2 for Eddie Radicke. 5-0 lead for the sophomore, 2-time state champ. Won at 106 in the 8th grade, 113 as a freshman, now up to 120.
Very technical there, able to pull him back out from the edge of the mat. Able to just be patient and get that 2. Now we'll see if we can try to work a turn here, but you mentioned it earlier, getting better as the match progresses.
Right, he does. He starts to pick up steam as the match goes on. Great shape, cross-country runner.
That'll help you on the wrestling mat.
15 seconds to go here in the second period.
And again, when you look at Radicke, and we've had a chance to see him since he was an 8th grader, you know, bigger, stronger now as a sophomore. And Menachella, a big, strong guy here at 120, and Radke been able to control from that top position, keeping that pressure on him. Very impressive.
So we're going to move to the third period. And Menachella says, man, I don't want to go under there again. I'm taking neutral. 5-0 lead for Radke.
And this is where Menachella was the entire first period, out in this front head position, and Radke able to make him pay once, and he wasn't able to score the other times, and kind of setting up. We'll see what he does here, trying to reach up for a little shrug throw by again.
He does. There's a little sucker drag on the edge, not able to bring it back in. Minute 35 to go.
Menachella now staying out right in front of us here. Radke going to try to pull him back into the circle.
Shot by Menachella, and Radke again in that position, looking to go behind, and does. Scores 2, makes it 7-0.
Impressive. Just letting the match come to him, didn't force anything. And now right back where he wants to be in this top position, applying that pressure. He's going to look for some back points.
Minute 10 to go here in the third period. It's been all Eddie Radke.
Getting a lot of action here on the right side as well.
Yeah, we got another rider over there. And there he is, looking bar, and then maybe hook on the right side. Under a minute to go here.
Trying to get to the edge, able to do so there.
Gets out of bounds. 44 seconds on the restart. 7-0 Eddie Radke. Looking to his corner to see if they want to cut him.
And you mentioned the cross country. I don't even think he's breathing hard right now.
No, he's not.
He's been, I mean, look at the shape he's in. Bigger, stronger, as I mentioned a little bit earlier in the broadcast. But doesn't even look like he's breathing heavy. I don't think he's sweating for sure.
No.
Definitely not sweating.
Also plays in the concert band there at Caravel.
Oh, man, talk about a jack of all trades. He can do it all.
Gets both boots in. 30 to go.
Yeah, he's going to be, once again, shocker, a tough out.
That's right.
The entire season for Eddie Radke.
120 to go here for Radke with the 7-0 lead. Make sure we keep track of what's going on here so we can know what we're talking about when we pick our wrestler at the end of the night. As Radke looks like he's going to come out here with a regular decision, 7-0, and that is there he is, your Delcastle champion for 2023 from Caravel Academy, Eddie Radke.
Adding another Delcastle championship to his resume, and again, we talked about Lucian made it look easy there at 113, and Radke doing something similar there at 120, just never in any doubt at any point of the match, and able to control it from first into third period. I'm excited for this one as well.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting match here. These two have never met.
You know, it's funny when we've done the tournaments in the past, never met at the same weight class, but always been around there, and they've obviously seen each other wrestle over and over again these last few years. So a lot of anticipation to see how this one goes.
Yes, Cam Davis Jr., son of the head coach, Cam Davis, and Trevor Copes of Caesar Rodney. He's a sophomore. He's a two-time state finalist himself. His only losses in Delaware have been to the same guy. Gabe Giampietro beat him twice in the state finals.
Man, talk about one of the best Delaware wrestlers maybe in Delaware history. Gabe on that list. And
four-time state champ from Smyrna.
A tough, when you're at that certain weight class and you're as good as Trevor is, when you run into somebody like that, maybe just bad luck at certain, points of your high school career that you had to be the same weight as Gabe. Gabe now graduated up at Drexel, and now it's time for Trevor, just a sophomore, to step up and try to take over this weight class. And it's going to start here against Cam Davis Jr.
And we're underway at 126 pounds. Copes in the blue two-piece. And Cam in the navy Salesianum singlet.
The retro Sally singlet almost.
Yeah, it is.
New, but it looks like it.
I think Davis is coming up for 113 last year. Copes was 120.
Yeah, I believe you're right.
Cope's two brothers were state finalists. Last year, Avery Cope at 100 and one of the great stories, wrestled with a broken wrist.
Was that last year? I know he did it because it was last year, the year before. I still got one of the plays as I was recording that side. His jump over.
Right. His brother Gage was a finalist, I think his junior year.
And you see Trevor trying to feel it out.
Coach with the over-under, takes it to the edge, has it locked. And they're going to go out of bounds. Minute on the restart.
He was looking for it.
Not got to see a lot. I think I've maybe seen one Cam Davis match he did last year up at Caravel where he lost to Radecki. Cope's on the reshot, nothing there, tries again. And they're going to go, they're going to go out of bounds. The quickness of these two, we might have to pull the tail back a little bit more.
And you see Trevor Copes just wrestles, so loose. You love to get out there and just be free, be a little loose.
Yeah, just be a high flyer, put points on the board.
And that's what he's doing. Again, he likes to feel it out here, but just so good in every position.
Tries a lat drop, doesn't get it. 2 for Davis.
And you could tell, he was looking for something like that here early on. Just lost control there. Cam Davis able to make him pay for it.
Yeah, now looking good. Looks like maybe Peterson here. Now looking to come out and maybe just get his one with 10 seconds to go, and he does. 2-1 as Copes gets the escape.
Clock running down here.
So we're going to move to the second period. 2-1 lead for Davis of Salesianum.
And I believe Trevor didn't wrestle here last year.
Did not. He was he wrestled at Milford last year.
That's right. So. Cam, though, was here, second place. And like you mentioned, that loss. But
number 1 versus number 3 here. Copes ranked number 1. Davis ranked number 3.
So, again, after the first, though, Davis coming out with a 1-point lead.
And he's going to give him the release. 3-1 lead for Cam Davis. Coach looking to dig that underhook again. Shrugged by Davis, and he gets the takedown.
Copes just let down a little bit there.
Maybe trying to force it a little too much. And now he comes out. That should be a reversal. Standing reversal.
Next they're going to say he didn't have the leg in.
.55 to go here, second period, 5-1 lead for Davis.
Cam Davis getting some good pressure now here on top, 5-1. Now starting to build that confidence. After that, again, you saw Trevor go for the lat drop early on.
Right.
Resulted in a takedown for Davis, and now Davis riding that momentum here to a 5-1 lead, doing a great job keeping this pressure.
18 seconds to go. Copes rises to his feet. Davis rear standing, looking to get a trip.
Now 7 seconds. Trevor going to have to.
And gets the stall call as they go out of bounds with 5 seconds.
So here you go, 5 seconds. If you're Trevor Copes, you're going to want to try to get one here, make this a 5-2 match as you head to the third. Got to be right off the whistle.
And here comes the inside switch to a cradle.
And that was, again, time. Everybody so interested in the match and how that was going to go. Nobody knew the time had expired for about 4 or 5 seconds. But Coates unable to get out. Now he's trailing 5-1. So now he's going to have to get to work, right? We know how impressive he can be out of neutral. He's going to have to get right up or get the reversal early and then start to get to work.
You're probably going to see that inside switch again. And we're going to get a caution on green. So he's got a warning stall. Stall warning and a caution. Copes rises to his feet.
It's now returned by Davis. Copes was right back up and now back.
That's the full Nelson.
And again, just a little bit of a mistake there for Cam Davis. And
right.
At this point, when you're wrestling a guy like Trevor Copes, you can't, or you don't want to make mistakes like that, giving up points. You mentioned he has a caution, a stall call. Now you give up one for the full Nelson.
Right.
And now here's the 5-2 match with Trevor still on bottom. Cam Davis done a great job
with that inside
top.
wrist, yeah.
His ride's been good so far here in the second period, and now he's going to try to run something. He's got that half in there, but
Yeah, he's running the wrist side. Minute 17 to go, 5-2 lead. And another full Nelson.
And now we're going to have an official discussion here. Is Coach Cam Davis going to come over and get? They didn't think that was a full Nelson. Now they'll ask for an explanation here.
So 5-3 lead now for Davis with a minute 14 on the clock.
I mean, that completely, and Trevor Copes still on bottom here. I mean, this
Right.
match has completely changed in the last
Right.
30 seconds.
Again, rises to his feet. Granby rolled, gets to the near leg. I think he was probably looking Peterson there.
Yeah, it looked like it. Cam Davis done a great job here.
Under a minute to go.
And again, Cam does have a stall and a caution.
And here's another Granby roll, gets to his knees.
So no one there, is back into the front headlock.
And they're going to go out of bounds. No change on that.
It's a good one here, Benny. So here we go, 31 seconds. Cam Davis has ridden out Trevor Copes here for the minute and a half in the third, and it's go time now. If you're Trevor Copes, Cam Davis going to try to keep that same pressure. Got to be careful with that stall as well. I don't know if he gave him two there.
No, he did not. 20 to go.
Still looking for that Peterson, it looks like.
He's got it.
Now he's looking to get these backs here. He's gonna looks like we could be going over. Tiny backs there, Benny?
He did not award. He was.
And they might have to have a towel runner out here soon.
Yeah.
That's back-to-back periods where we've gone 5.
So we're 5-5.
I'll throw the towel if they want.
I was getting ready to say he was too busy awarding the reversal.
And again, I mean, just like that, Davis was in control of the entire match, gets the couple points, hits the Peterson, and here we are in OT.
Minute on the clock.
And you're already starting to see Copes move a little bit more than he did that entire first 3 periods. A lot of the scoring in this one not from the neutral position.
The one takedown for Davis.
So who's it going to be? Who's going to take the first shot here?
Or we're going to go to some more overtime.
Yep.
27 to go. Shot by Copes. Front head by Davis, looking to throw it by.
He's going to get it. That was an impressive match.
Wow.
From Cam Davis. Able to battle back, not battle back, but deal with the stall, deal with the caution, give up the Peterson as time expires in the third, get back mentally focused for overtime, and Trevor Copes taking the shot. That surprised me a little bit there in overtime, and Cam Davis able to make him pay. He was strong from the front headlock position all match long.
So 7-5 decision in overtime for Davis. And we're going to, are we done on the edges? Yes, we are. So we're going to move to 132, where we're going to see Luke Poor of Caravel Academy.
There you go. Kids at home, if you're tuning in, this is one of the guys you're going to want to watch here. That's Luke Poor. I'm sure you'll be able to pick up a few things from him here today. So.
And Drew Pratt from Tower Hill.
Alex over there in his corner.
Yeah, you're all right. Was, and now they're telling him he has to move.
And again, we had a chance to talk to him after his 4th state championship. He said, hey, Luke, he's a dog, one of my best friends, if not best friend in the world. And here he is, of course, back here at Delcastle. He's in the area, going to support him. And Luke going for another Delcastle Invitational Championship. And also, he's got a quest. He's looking to accomplish the same thing Alex did last season.
Exactly.
And that's what he's got on his mind.
Let me get the scoreboard adjusted here. And we're underway at 132 pounds in the green singlet. That's Drew Pratt from Tower Hill. And in the black singlet, that's Luke Poor, the 3-time state champ.
And you know Luke's not going to waste any time getting it started here. But I've been impressed with Tower Hill as a program here, Benny, the last couple of years. They've just been on the rise.
They got 4 or 5 guys that you got to watch.
And that was not the case, you know, a decade or two ago. And we're seeing a lot of programs here in the state of Delaware just continually get better and better.
Poor ranked number 1 in the state at 132. Pratt ranked number 5. Minute 6 to go here at 132. Almost. This is the 5th weight class of the night, so we're getting close to the. Oh, how slick was that? And into a headlock.
That's why I said pay attention, everyone at home.
No back. Guess not. Now with a double underhook, he's going to get him the release. 2-1 for Luke Poor of Caravel Academy. He had a pin over Nathan Moore Rodney in a minute in the semifinals, and Pratt with a 7-0 decision over Slay-Zanum's Brady Barkowski.
They bring this one up here, put it on the table.
And there's another takedown for Poor. I'm not sure where he's decided. I heard Pittsburgh. I've heard some other things.
Pittsburgh, I can get on board with that.
6 to go here in the first period. Poor up 4-1.
I will say with what you mentioned earlier as well, Benny, it's a lot of different whistles flying around
there
here,
is.
and they're almost at the same exact times. I've been a little thrown off as well, but that'll be the end of period number 1.
Moves us to the second period here at 132. And Poor going to go in the bottom position here as he leads 4-1.
Again, Pratt, Polytech County champ. Had a couple first place finishes this season. Got the runner up at the Ralph Wetzel. And, you know, making this a little bit tough on
Little Hatboro, Pennsylvania. I think that's where that's at, isn't it? The Wetzel. Body whizzer here by Poor.
Able to get 2 more. And I'm going to sink them in here on top. And quickly able to break him down. Pratt doing a good job of fighting
deep
hard.
half here.
Yeah, he was fighting hard down to that side, but Not sure if it's going to be enough here as he's got that deep.
Minute 5 to go. See, he's got his shoulder bandaged up. If it wasn't hurting before he got out of here, it's going to be hurting when he's done.
Yeah, that's for sure. Never great to be stuck
No.
underneath the power half, any type of legs
Right.
in, and that's not where you want to be.
He's got the boot in on the right side. Now he's got both in, flattens them back down, 38 to go.
Pratt trying to shake those legs out. Luke able to keep one of them in here. Right back to the half. Gonna have to hold that arm, come back for the crossface, just missed it.
25 to go here in the second period at 132 pounds.
It looks like there it
it
is.
rotates on top. 10 to go. Needs maybe a little deep with the elbow deep on that
Sink
half.
back
This is
up.
over.
There it is.
And he does. Gets the fall. Luke Poor with the pin at 132.
Another Delcastle championship added to the resume.
And I believe we still got some matches going on around us.
Alex here sitting down to our left. Got a front row seat to see.
Yeah, well, they moved him from the corner.
Yeah, that's right.
So he said, well, I'll just go here by the
Yeah,
302
I'll take
guys.
that. Why not? And he's get to see Luke bring home another title here at Delcastle.
We're going to see our first DMA wrestler tonight. And our first and only Sussex Tech.
Yeah, Danny Williams, I believe, got his 100th win last weekend.
Right.
Maybe at Conestoga. I think that's where they were last weekend. He got his 100th victory. A couple of these DMA guys racking it up. Tyler August getting a 100th victory last week. Drew Simpson racking it up today. So some accolades for the Seahawks. But Danny Williams, he's been great for this program. Coach L.A. Collier and company. Bill Valencia, who's done such a great job over the years. Coached my dad at St. Mark's back when he
Jeez.
wrestled, and
Wow.
coached me when I was there. So he's been around. He knows just about everything there is to know. Great coaching staff over at DMA. They've been just getting better and better the last couple years. And now you look at them in Caravel, that could be, a big matchup come
Right.
state duels. Something to look forward to.
So we're awaiting a third place match over here. It's in its final seconds.
Wrapping it up there.
So here we go to 138 pounds. Daniel Williams, Delaware Military Academy, 19-6. He had a tech fall over Colin Honecker of Sally's in the semis. He was third in the state last year at this same weight. He'll be facing Dustin Elliott of Sussex Tech. 13, actually now Williams was at 132 last year. He's 13-3. He won by fall over Braden Fabian of Red Lion. These two met for the third place. Matter of fact, it was Williams beating Elliott for third place last year at 132. So not quite a year in the taking for the rematch.
Those are always the good ones, right? These guys have seen each other before and know what to expect a little bit. So this is going to be another good one here at 138.
Sussex Tech, Odie Gibbons. In second place, Cesarati, Trevor Coates.
And then coming up at 144, and that should be another good one as well. Two seniors, Wells and Sinclair. And that catch you off guard, Sinclair going 44 this
Yeah,
weekend?
I didn't think he was. I didn't know it was going to happen.
Yeah. I agree with you there, so let's get ready to set this one off. 138 final.
Here we go. Waiting for the first whistle here at 138. Number 2 ranked Danny Williams and number 3 ranked Dustin Elliott of Sussex Tech. Dustin Elliott in the gray.
Daniel Williams. And 10th grader at Sussex Tech, 14 on the season, 48 in his career. Ardena State placer last year. And the Mid-Atlantic Wrestling Association placer.
Yeah, Elliott, nice job of getting out of that deep double.
Wrestling him off to the edge.
Third place, 138, 5 even though Christian, and on the first place,
They fooled me on the ankle bands.
Almost able to hit that clip single. Trying to work a little
rushing
there,
here
yeah.
by Elliott. Oh, I wouldn't advise attacking a leg with one hand. But he survived it.
Trying to make it work. And quick stalemate there. He'll bring them back up to their feet.
Yeah, not one of those more advisable moves of while he's holding your hand. Shot by Williams in deep, switches to a double, runs it across and gets the takedown.
That's how you do it. That's what you drill in the practice room. Don't stop. Use that head, pick up and drive through. Danny Williams doing a good job nonstop. High crouch to a double.
And this is one of those score again, double to some back points. All started with a high crouch. Just like we drill it every day.
Exactly right. That's it. That was textbook. That's why you drill 110%. You drill it like you want to do it in a match, and Danny Williams certainly did it there.
10 seconds to go here. Comes out of the bridge, and Williams just attacks.
He's on the edge of the mat. He'll rack up those three.
And he'll get 3 backs and go up 5-0. Which will move us to the second period here at 138. Williams takes bottom position. Elliott covers and we're underway in the second period. Throws the boot out, comes right to his feet. And gets the leg as he goes behind. What? Just speed and agility here by Williams. And a little bit of mat sense.
Yeah, he's got it. And again, like the Energizer Bunny, I remember seeing him last year. He was nonstop, and once again here down on the sweep single.
Switches it off to a crackdown, double leg takedown, and he goes up 9-1.
Yeah, he's looked impressive. Another guy I was shocked, coming in that he had another year of eligibility, right? I was like, oh, he's only a junior. He's a senior this year. Yeah, I mean, it continues to get better, and this could be his year this year.
Elliott rises to his feet, puts it on the hand fight, cuts and scores. Makes it 9-2. Approaching a minute to go here in the second period. Williams in control, 9-2. Williams, good down block, gets the head down, hands down defense. And they go out of bounds.
Elliott trying to string some things together, but Williams just great so far at being able to just one move to the next.
And great position. Yeah. Keeps himself hard to score on. Shot by Elliott, sprawls away, does Williams. 33 to go here in the second period. Williams looking to get maybe one more takedown. Has him in a front headlock.
Elliott not going to wait around.
Nice job, looking to drag it out. I'll tell you, Elliott comes at you.
Yeah.
Down 9-2, he's putting on the attack. Now he's in a front headlock position with 10 seconds to go. Looking at the old Ian Moser sit. Low leg under. And that's how we're going to end the period. 9-2 as we move to the third.
And Danny Williams starting to slow down just a tad there at the end of that second period. But he got a little breather in there here now in between. And
just the headgear. And
he'll be ready to go.
We need 132 place winners over the awards area.
So caution on bottom. Underway in the third period, 9-2 lead for Daniel Williams on top from Delaware Military Academy. He's throwing the boots in, going to take the post out.
He's got both. See if Elliott can stand up here. Get the reset. Oh. Trying to leap underneath.
Yes, he does. Off a bridge. And he's going to get the reversal. Makes it 9-4.
And Elliott still coming, as you just said, Benny, there in the second. He's still going 110%. He's still got the energy. Just a 5-point match. Still a lot of time left.
And I don't believe any stall calls in the match.
No, nothing yet. There you go, Elliott wrestling with a sense of urgency.
A little inside wrist there, but now he's on a good cradle. Williams going to come to his knees.
Elliott trying to find something.
Anything, something that works, throw it all at him. 50 to go here in the match. 9-4 lead for Daniel Williams on Tom bottom right now.
We'll see.
Sits and scores on the escape.
Elliott looked up at the clock just for a second, and when Williams saw him do that, he just was able to free himself right away.
Right.
Just a second was all he needed. And now, and this is what I thought I saw at the end of the second period. Something happened. He was slow to get up.
Right.
He had these injuries last year all throughout the season.
Right, you're right. He has been injury prone through his career.
Yeah, and then in the second period, he was slow to get up, made a couple images, I guess you could say, facial expressions where he looked like he was in some pain, and you could tell from the first whistle he was 100% there late in the second. Now to here in the third, he was just a step slower. It looked as if maybe he tweaked something or he took a shot there at the end of the second period. And then obviously something happening here in the third to cause him to be down across the mat.
Okay, place winners of 132.
Talking with the trainer, looking it over.
And I believe it was that left knee last season. He wore that brace on it and that sleeve when he wrestled last year. And obviously not something he's wearing this season.
Yet.
Exactly
might be right down the road.
Yep, that's a good point.
So we're on our feet, 10-4 lead for Williams, 35 seconds to go.
30 seconds remaining.
Good job by Danny Williams.
Another takedown by Williams.
And that could put this one on ice here.
Has a major decision built. And we're going to go out of bounds with 16 seconds.
And again, second place here, second place here last season, looking for his first Delcastle title.
I think he lost in overtime last year.
I think you're right.
And there's an escape for Elliott.
10 seconds.
Two, one. And Daniel Williams with the 12-5 decision is your Delcastle champion at 138 pounds. He gets his first one after being in the finals last year.
Wrestled a great match from start to finish. Again, the senior, Elliott, the sophomore, experience, won the battle today. It was great early on, and now you're hoping that left knee is okay as the season goes on. So I believe that's DMA's first Delcastle champ of the night.
Yes, it is. And who we got coming up here? Oh, this is going to be Sinclair and Wells. Number one versus number one.
And this was the one, right? Was Sinclair. Did not think he was going to go up to 144.
Right, he kind of fooled us a little bit.
For this one. And again, Wells from Caravel, two seniors. Wells, he's a strong wrestler.
Sinclair, state champ last year.
And 2 years ago had that run to the finals, I believe, where he lost, able to get that revenge he wanted last year in the state tournament, taking home that title, as you just alluded to. And also, we talked a little bit about Jack Duffy. He's up in this weight class as well. This one, though, could be one of the best ones here of the evening.
We have a couple. We have some 1 versus 2s, but tonight we get a 1 versus 1. Wells ranked number 1 at 144. Sinclair ranked number 1 at 138. Kind of like one of those who's number 1 matches, right?
Exactly right.
Shrug attempt by Sinclair. Sinclair got to the finals with a tech fall over Jackson Coppa-Rodney. Jamar Wells, sudden victory over Jack Duffy, 7-5. Duffy at state finals last year at 145.
Yeah. So again, right, Wells a little bit more tested in his semifinal match. Do you want to go? Do you more like that route, or for Sinclair is able to tech his way to the finals?
Right.
We'll see if it gets him a little bit longer to get going in a competitive match. But back and forth here early on as both guys trying to feel each other out.
Approaching a minute to go here in the first period. Wells in the black singlet, Sinclair in the white singlet, representing William Penn. Our first William Penn Colonial in the final. I think we have 4 in a row here.
Yeah. Another program that's really been good and better in the last couple of years.
Arm drag attempt by Sinclair. Wells snaps it down. He's in the front headlock, 45 to go.
And if you're Wells, this is where maybe you want to be with Sinclair underneath. You'll be able to use that strength that you have here. See if you can snap or get something to go up here from the front headlock.
And comes out of it, no score with 29 to go. Under 15 to go, no score here at 144 pounds. We're halfway through the night. You're watching the Delcastle Invitational on Delaware Live Sports. Benny Mitchell with Nick Alessandrini. Kristen Mitchell on the video camera, and Nick Halliday, the boss, showed up taking some photographs that you'll see here. Yeah, you'll see up hopefully in a couple days. Sometimes it takes our photographers a little longer to get them online, you know. We get this stuff up right away. So Sinclair goes into the bottom position with no score here in the match. Quickly comes to his feet. Wells with the big mat return.
Got to keep rolling. Sinclair right moving as soon as he hit the mat. Wells now going to try to come over. He's got a boot in now.
And they go out of bounds. Minute 44 on the restart.
Sinclair shaking off that left leg a little bit there as he got his way back, made his way back to center circle.
And we're going to get a caution. And they're going to call that on top.
Because maybe that's switching to the sides there at the last second.
And head coach Mike Welch wants to come tell me about it. Said he wasn't covering the elbow. Referee Kenny Krieger. He's a former William Penn Colonial.
Quick escape.
1 point on the board for Sinclair. Shot by Sinclair, gets in on the right leg, brings it up to mid-level.
Wells trying to get that whizzer in, but doesn't have a good grip on it there.
And gets out of that, spins right out.
Smart move, he could feel it slipping away there, just had to try to jump out of it instead of work that whizzer. He did a good job.
1-0 lead for Sinclair, 1:04 to go and counting in the second period.
Got another whistled right near us over here. Tried the long double there for Wells.
Sinclair doing a good job of really keeping Wells off balance here. Wells a couple times just trying to get back in position.
Sinclair is a tough match to have, for sure. A little bit unorthodox, funky, long, great wrestling IQ, and both of these guys, you know, up there in the rankings. And
oh, snap down, go behind, needs a rat return. And gets the 2.
Great job by Wells to keep the feet in there.
And Coach Joe Arcangelo, William Penn wants an
Yes,
explanation.
it does. And they're going to head over, have a little talk with the officiating crew here, but nice move by Wells. And well, St. Clair almost felt like he was off the mat over there, but Wells keeps the feet in, able to finish it.
The scoreboard's got.
Yeah, and Wells has the red
Okay.
socks
Yeah,
that look like
yeah.
a red band,
Yep.
and he's actually got the green band on.
So 18 seconds to go here. Wells with the 2-1 lead. And believe has choice in the third.
He does. It'll be interesting to see what he decides to go with. And there it is. It could be a big
Granby rolled
turn.
by. Sinclair, these two are throwing it out there.
3 seconds. Let's see if there's a change here. It's got to hold on to the leg if you're Wells.
And that's the end of the second period here. 2-1 lead for Caravel's Jamar Wells.
So I think it looks he is going to go bottom. Now St. Clair's been great in the top position. See if he tries to sink these boots in here.
Underway in the third. 2-1 lead for the number one ranked wrestler, 144, against the number 1 ranked wrestler, 138.
So let's see what St. Clair decides to go with. If he feels him out for a little bit here, if he decides to cut him a little bit later on. Because he's been impressive here in the top position the last few years. And we're going to find out
Wells able
soon.
to come to his feet. Big mat return. And we're out of bounds.
So you go 30 seconds here. You're still down by 1, or Wells on top, or excuse me, on bottom. See if St. Clair gives it another go here from the top position and what he decides to go with off the whistle.
And he's
he'll
going to
cut
give him the
him.
release. 3-1. Wells with the only takedown in the match. Although Sinclair has been on some nice attacks.
Yeah.
Shot by Wells, not going to get there. Goes to the over-under, circles out and reshot. Takes it to the edge, minute 15 or minute 12 to go. And we go out of bounds. 58 seconds on the restart. We're neutral. 3-1 lead for Jamar Wells.
Wells in great shape, but breathing a little bit heavy here. And again, St. Clair going up that weight class. Wells a little bit stronger than the guys he's
Right, a
been
little more
dealing
weight,
with.
right.
Yeah.
Last year, Sinclair, they went to Sussex Central and wrestled a duel. Then they drove over to Cape and Lipton for a second duel. He bumps up a weight class and beats the state champ at 145, Mikey Frederick last year. But he gets the takedown here,
And that's why.
and it's 3-3.
Perfectly done. And we'll see now 30 seconds.
.25 to go.
St. Clair looks over, checks the clock.
On the edge, 12 seconds.
St. Clair trying to milk it here, keeping his feet in the edge of the mat. So here
And
we
5
go.
seconds on the restart.
5 on the restart. Wells
Look
breathing.
for a Granby or some type of, we
We've
talked to
seen it.
Alex Port a couple years ago. They talk about they always do 5-second drills, 7-second
Yeah.
drills. Let's see what he has with 7 seconds to go, or 5 seconds to go. Tight waist ankle comes up, comes to his feet, looking to cut, and time's going to run out. We're going to go to overtime.
If there were 2 more seconds, maybe even 1 in that match,
Right.
that's an escape and a victory for Wells. St. Clair able to get this one now into overtime. Huge takedown to tie it up in the third. Here we go, Benny, another OT matchup.
Each wrestler has a takedown in this match. Sinclair with the latest.
And each takedown for both wrestlers was a good one.
Approaching 45. Wells keeping the feet moving. High crotch shot by Sinclair.
And St. Clair's been setting him up with those head fakes. That time worked to perfection. He's in deep. And that's going to be it.
And there it is. Takedown and the championship for Daniel Sinclair.
Wells just looked like he gassed a little bit down there from the end of the third period to into overtime. But Wells in control for the majority of that match. Sinclair getting that takedown late and showed off his stamina there in overtime. A nice shot for the win, able to switch to the double.
That's going to move us to 150 pounds. And we have another Salesianum wrestler here in Sam Munch. And another Colonial. I think they're awarding some awards down there.
That's right.
In fourth place, the red line, Braden Fabian. In third place from Salesianum, Colin Honaker. In second place from Sussex Tech, Dustin Elliott. And this year's champion for DMA, Neil Williams. Congratulations, gentlemen.
Getting some good snapshots, Nick Halliday, are we?
We're having some outstanding matches here. Here we
Outstanding
go.
ones. That's why we like. That's why we like to, once you wait a little bit, it's
gotta be
all about
patient.
anticipation, right? Exactly.
Yeah.
Patience. You can
It's like
push
Heinz
back.
57, right? So we move to 150 pounds. Let me update our notes here. And we're underway. It's Sam Munch. He's ranked number 4 in the state at 150, and he's up against unranked Miles Harding from William Penn, 11-7 on the year.
You mentioned a couple William Penn guys coming up here in a row. You got Michael Lane up next.
Yeah,
Franklin
they have
Norris
4 in a row here.
down the road, yeah.
Shot by Harding. Munch keeping him off with the underhook. Minute 12 on the restart, on our feet, no score.
Trying Nick Halliday keeping us safe over here, making sure we don't get any
That's right. Keeping the table safe.
inadvertent
This equipment's expensive.
shots over here.
Oh, shot by Munch, takedown. He goes up 2-0.
Clip single got the back of that ankle there. So Cam Davis with the big win earlier here in the finals round for Salesianum, trying to crown another champ and have a few more guys, I believe, in the finals
They do.
as well.
They're a couple of their upper weights.
McGresty, we'll see him a little bit later on, as well as Miller. So again, Munch had that injury last year. Looking to bounce back here in 2023.
Right. Harding comes to his feet and they go out of bounds. 33 seconds. And that doesn't seem right. Didn't we start like 40 something there?
It's been a battle.
Yeah. I think maybe their clock didn't start. I had 18 seconds.
Munch able to hold on there near the edge of the mat.
And out of bounds. 13 seconds on the restart. 2-0 lead here for Sam Munch.
And some action here on mat number 1.
Yeah, a rematch of earlier action today.
Munch trying to sink that bar in there, and that should bring us to the end of the first.
That's the end of the first period. 2-0 for Sam Munch of Salesianum. We move to period number 2.
Heard the name before. Never seen him wrestle.
Munch comes to his feet, looking to isolate the hands. Harding picks him up. Can't get him back down. Switches to a single leg. And a reversal for Munch. 4-0 lead.
Harding battling here in this one, but Munch up 4-0. Been in control throughout. Now
And getting the swipes here on the tilt and out of bounds. And 2 back, goes up 6-0.
You know, it's crazy too, man. We've had some great matches here in the finals. Not a lot of any lopsided finishes, maybe one pin. I think Luke had a pin and
Right.
a couple overtimes.
Coming up next, we got another William Penn and our second Red Lion wrestler. Approaching a minute to go here in the second period.
Munch trying to work something here, trying to country boy pull that arm out, put it on the back here.
And they go out of bounds. No change on position, 57 seconds to go. Quick breakdown by Munch. Still tight battle in the team score with Slasian up by 20 on or 19 on Delaware Military Academy.
And DMA leading a lot throughout yesterday.
Right.
And then that taking some change here.
Today it started doing some. There was a lot of shuffling. Caravan had to lead for a while. Caesar Rodney had to lead for a while. Slasian got back up in it. Caravan, it was a lot of switching around today. And he gets another tilt and getting the swipes.
Been in control through. I mean, I mentioned it already a few times, but getting the backs, getting a few takedowns, just not allowing any wiggle room for Miles Harding here to grab any points through the first 2 periods as we're under 10 seconds to go here in the second.
Well, I can tell you, the rankings are a mess right now. I may not be able to get them done by Wednesday.
It's that time, right? That time of the year now.
So we move to the third period. And we're going to go neutral. 8-0 lead for Sam Munch of Slasianum.
Now, if you're Harding, you're thinking, you know, a number of different things here, down 8-0. Some big moves, maybe. We'll see what he can pull out of the arsenal here. And if you're Sam Munch, just got to be careful now for the third period.
Right. Don't get a big throw.
Correct, yeah.
Don't get caught in a bad position. Ball pass shot by Munch in on the double. And gets another takedown. 10-0 lead.
That's a good way, right? Stay aggressive. Don't leave any openings to give up anything. And if keep doing what you're doing all match now, 10-0.
Harding was able to take advantage of an upset when Nick Francisco of Middletown knocked off Cody Waski, the #1 seed.
Right, yeah.
And as we looked to our rating earlier, Waski able to get that one back with a pin in the third place match, but just the wrong time.
Yeah, that's
got to get that earlier.
Sure, yeah. Saw some emotion there out of him after the win.
Right.
And it's always good to get back in the win column to exit a tournament, but
Always want to leave on an
he'll
odd
look
number.
to rebound. Yeah, he'll look to rebound. So 50 seconds to go still here. Been all Sam Munch.
Well, probably in the next couple weeks we're going to start. I'm hearing who's going where. I got some guys I'm hearing that are going to be dropping here this week. Sometimes I can call a coach and confirm that on the dissension plan, see what their weight was. 22 to go here in the match. Munch up 10-0, got the high 4 in. Looking to finish it off with a 10-0 major decision.
And again, maybe our least flashy match of the finals, but a dominating performance for Sam Munch. Again, doesn't always have to be pretty. A 10-0 shutout victory, a major decision, a Delcastle championship. That's what you're looking for. Sam Munch able to do that today.
So major decision for Sam Munch. That's going to move us to 157 pounds, where we, again, another weight class where we had an upset.
That's right, Cameron Cataldi. And Jordan Miller, I believe, right?
And this year's champion from Williamtown, Daniel Sinclair. Congratulations, gentlemen.
144 giving up their awards.
We got Caravel and CR here. Is Cataldi ready to get back in this action here on the right? That's going to be a good one.
Yeah, that's
Miller.
Jordan Miller, I believe.
So that's a good third place match going on to the right, but we're about ready for championship time here. Jacob Ebal, member of that football team.
Yes, transfer from Middletown. Lane in on a shot. And gets the first takedown of the match. Lane from William Penn. 14-4 on the season. He had the upset 8-6 decision over Cataldi in the semis. And Ebal won in sudden victory over Jordan Miller.
That's right,
5-3.
Yeah, I have a feeling we're going to have another good one here, go the distance between these two guys.
Both pulling upsets in the semifinals, find themselves in the finals, and you find the two top guys over there on the right side wrestling for third.
Right, and then once you win your semifinal match, then you look over and realize, two of the top dogs in the bracket are going to be wrestling for third.
Right.
You start to really get that energy. Hey, I could win this tournament now. What a big win that would be. Both of these guys are feeling like that.
Oh, double leg shot by Ebal. Tries to circle out of it. Lane gets to a leg. Now he's got a double leg of his own, and he's got two. Goes up 4-1. 4-1 lead for him, now 4-2. Ebal, a freshman place winner last year for the Middletown Cavaliers. This year finds himself at Redline Christian Academy. $20 to go here. Ebal's guy, he's going to take you 6 minutes. He's going to give you, kind of reminds me of what we saw with Dustin Elliott and Daniel Williams, where there was no quit in that match.
Trying to get two, able to do it right as time.
That will move us to the second period with a 6-2 lead for Michael Lane of William Penn.
Michael Lane is a big 57-pounder.
Yes, he is.
He is tall, but also big in size as well. And Ebal just a little bit smaller. And Lane looking good through the first period. Looked great in that neutral position.
Folks, I want to let you know we're probably going to hold off the rankings until the end of the week. I want to see what happens Wednesday. We've had some weight class changes here. Mostly everybody will be wrestling Wednesday night, so we'll get a kind of clearer picture before I start throwing names down and they're not in that weight class anymore.
That's right. It's going to be a tough week for you this week,
It's going to be a busy week.
Kidding. My goodness.
I'll pencil them in until Wednesday. Another attack by Lane, and he gets the takedown.
He's been able to finish almost every shot he's taken here in this match. Just been unmatched in neutral. And now trying to get some backs here. He's got that cross arm. Trying to lift and turk this leg up. He's got a leg in and He'll check
And
the
we're out of
clock,
bounds.
yeah.
55 to go here in the second period. 8-2 lead for Michael Lane of the William Penn Colonials. And escape for E-ball, 8-3.
And right back to work.
Right back on the leg, right?
Yeah. When you have that kind of length, you're able to get to those legs quick. You're able to get your legs back further. Definitely can be beneficial. Doing a great job at using that length in this one.
22 to go here in the second period. We're at 157 pounds. Tonight is showing me that we're going to have a pretty darn good march. Another attack by Lane.
It's going to be an exciting time of the year.
Oh, almost lets up.
That was close.
Yes, it was. Time expires, and we're going to go to the third period.
It's like, 5-point match here, 8-3. If you're E-ball, it doesn't feel like you're down 5. Michael Lane has wrestled very well. Maybe you feel like you could be down a little bit more, but E-ball still in this match here. You got 2 minutes to work with. 5 points, definitely been done before. Just going to have to start early here from bottom position. And already such great pressure from Michael Lane on this ride. It's the shoulder pressure. At that tight waist. Good job by E-ball.
Oh, gets to the leg.
Now he's going to try to switch to the double and stay in, but now Lane already got that.
Lane using that length well.
Yeah, And like I said, a big 157. Be the perfect weight for him.
And the escape for E-ball and gets right back on the leg as they go out of bounds.
And again, you look over at mat 1, and that match just finished up between Miller and Cataldi. I believe going Miller's way. But
Yeah,
Lane,
like
he has
6'3".
significant size on both of those guys.
Right.
Significant size advantage.
Well, Miller had been at 50. He was ranked number 1 at 50, but he's at 57 today.
And like you said, it's all could be changed
By
in the
Wednesday,
next couple
yeah.
weeks. Yeah, even by Wednesday. So, and that's what a lot of this Delcastle, can do, right? Everybody knows each other. You're coming in, you're feeling out everybody who might I wrestle in March, and then they're going to make adjustments off of that for sure.
44 to go here. 8-4 lead for Michael Lane of William Penn.
And again, we've talked about how impressive Lane has been. It's an 8-4 match.
Right.
If E-ball can get a takedown here, try to take down into some back points
Right,
now.
so we're gonna put him in some danger. But Lane doing a good job controlling that wrist with the collar tie.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for him. Short time now. But need some sort of sense of urgency if you're E-ball here.
Shot by Lane, gets in on the leg.
That could do it.
And it's going to be a championship for Michael Lane of William Penn at 157 pounds.
Second William Penn champion today. Sinclair, now Michael Lane bringing one home. And now a chance to get another one here.
I think we're finished up around us.
And do some awards now for 150. Those are the singlets for St. Mark's that we had while I was there.
Right.
They still got those. So again, another good one here. Got a chance to check out Luke Spoor from St. Mark's.
Son of a state champ. Stan Spoor.
He's here. I just saw him somewhere. There he is, straight ahead of us to the right. Looking to check out his son Luke here. And get me an interesting one, the sophomore. Both of these guys sophomores. Franklin Norris. We've been hearing a lot about him here over the weekend as well. Blue End Conference champ, 2-2 at the Beast this year. Finished 4th in the state tournament last year. 3rd here at this tournament. And Luke, of course, 2nd. I believe lost to Antonio in the finals here last year.
We're underway at 165 pounds. In the white, green, and gold is Luke Spoor of St. Mark's. He was at DMA last year, was a state place winner. Norris of William Penn in the white and red.
And that match, him and Antonio in the state tournament last year, could have been one of the better matches of the tournament. Right. A shame that they had to meet in the quarterfinals, but what a run it was for Antonio after he won that match, able to bring home the title.
One of the key parts that Caravel's missing from last year, I think 3 or 4. Well, he lost 3 state, graduated 3 state champs.
Wrestling for third place at 165, McCormick of St. Elizabeth and Osborne of St. Andrews.
And both of these guys, you know, Luke and Franklin Norris, similar size, almost identical size.
Built like tanks.
Yeah, they're, you know, a big built, or not in terms of length, but a heavy set 165. Both of these guys, very strong.
Got a St. Elizabeth Viking over there wrestling for 3rd place. That program getting brought back.
Yeah, how about that? Again, Goodman putting a lot of Viking fans and everyone else in the state on notice this week.
He'll be in the finals. We're going to see him last match of the night.
So both of these guys feeling each other out early. Some collar ties. Not a lot of action, not a lot of shots. Like the one just waiting for the other to make the first move.
That's right. Right. Wrestling like a heavyweight, right? Third 25 to go. No score here at 165 pounds.
Now Luke Spoor trying to get that underhook going here. Now with short time in the first. Trying to jack it up. The double underhooks.
Ooh, throws the double under.
He was setting it up there. It's a little bit too close to the edge of the mat, using Franklin Norris's momentum and strength against him. You know, a little push-pull action. And
matter of fact, that is a St. Andrews versus St. Elizabeth's match for 3rd place. That's not something we say a lot.
No, that's not. Great to see St. Andrews get some guys on the podium.
So we'll move to the 2nd period. No score. Norris will take bottom.
Spoor trying to get to that one-on-one. Good pressure. Again, Norris, strong guy. He's hard to keep down.
Stall call on bottom. Minute 25 to go. Still no score. Do have a stall warning on Norris as they go out of bounds.
It's now a chance to reset.
Get a fresh start here. Yeah.
And again, if you're Norris, right, Bunny, you get to see a few of your guys take home some titles before your match. Kind of gets you going a little bit, maybe a little bit more confidence in you.
The Big Mo. Goes to his feet again, and Spoor's going to give him the release. And out of bounds. 1-0 lead for Frankie Norris.
And both of these guys on the podium last year at States.
Spoor's another one with a big gas tank. You're not going to see him run out of gas in this match. Heavy hands, staying right in his face. They go out of bounds.
And again, we talked about one stall already for Norris.
Right.
He's pushing the pace here, trying to make him make a move, and if not, get the stall call. Got the double underhooks again.
We saw that throw earlier.
This time, it looks like Norris not going to push too much back into him here. Feel it out. Luke's got it, though.
Remember the old St. Mark's William Penn battles, usually on a Saturday afternoon?
I'll tell you, Benny, I have now in my house now a painting of the old, it's a painting in the basement of the William Penn versus St. Mark's matches. It's a great memento, and that was the big thing back then, the big
And
match.
we're going to get a stall call on Norris,
There it
22
is,
to go,
right?
and that's a point this time. This time he takes a shot, gets in deep on a double.
Just right off the whistle, it didn't look like Luke Spoor was ready for that one.
And gets the takedown, ties up the match. And Spoor with the escape, and we're getting chippy.
And we have a 3-1, 3-2 on the scoreboard, and they're going to talk about it, I believe, now.
Yeah, 3-2. It should be the score. 3-2 Spoor. They got that
Yeah,
backwards.
they have it backwards. Or no? I guess it would be 3-2. Norris, after the takedown, he got one on the escape.
But there's a stall point, too.
That's right. Yeah, I don't know.
They have it 3-3. I have it 4-3 or 4-2. But who am I?
I know Norris has 3 points. He has the escape and the takedown. Does Luke have 4? That's the question. I guess they're right.
Minute 25 to go here. Tall tied up at 3. We'll just go with it.
Yeah, why not? 117 tie match, gotta love it.
And on the edge, out of bounds, and there's going to be another stop.
Oh,
and
they did call it. There it is.
So now it's 4-3.
Almost a caution there on the whistle, but
That's time Spoor ready for that quick shot off the whistle.
He was able to get 2.
Like I said, you're going to get 6 minutes out of Luke Spoor.
And again, you love to see it. The DMA crowd team who was a member of last year rooting hard for him behind us. You know, you got to love that, able to build that camaraderie over there, and then now to have DMA still root for him now while he's at St. Mark's. You love to see it.
Looking for a stack here. Spoor is just good hips.
Trying to stay up. Great job. You said it. Way to keep those hips up
Right.
there and get that leg in.
38 to go here. He leads 6-3.
And now a
And
stalemate.
we got a stalemate. 31 seconds left to go in the match. You're watching the Delcastle Invitational on Delaware Live Sports. Benny Mitchell with Nick Alessandrini.
That time they're going to get Luke
Spoor with
caution.
the illegal start.
But again, 6-3, 30
Norris
seconds
right
left.
to his feet. And that was a quick stall call.
It was, and Nagy said, and now they added a point up there. It should be 6-3, correct?
I don't know. I've lost track of what they're doing.
Yeah, now
It
I
should
think
be
they saw me
6-3.
point. I think I'm helping them
Yeah,
out a little
good
bit
job.
there.
Multitasking.
Yeah, they've had, again, we had a little bit of a I don't want to say miscommunication
Well, he
of the score
threw
earlier.
threw up the red fist, but he was wrong, and he wiped it off.
And again, though, if you're Luke Spoor, you got to, this match is far from over. You're up by 3 at 6-3, 26 seconds. If he's able to get another quick escape, it's a takedown to tie the match. You have to be ready to go here. I'm sure he will be. And he's got a caution and a stall call as well.
Right.
So here we go.
They got to fix the scoreboard. There we go. 6-3.
26 seconds to rock here. Nice job on the return by Luke Spoor.
And out of bounds. 17 to go.
Yeah, William Penn wanted the escape there. I don't think he quite had enough there on the edge of the mat.
They roll out together.
Yep. 17 seconds. Crowd really into this one. Other matches are over.
You've got people sitting on the edges on both sides.
And again, Not hit with the stall call there if you're Luke Sporer. Kind of like that. He still has that one. 11 seconds to go. Got to be careful of when to cut here.
Norris back hooking the leg. And that's how it's going to end, 6-3 for Luke Sporer of St. Mark's. St. Mark's with a pair of champions here tonight.
How about that? When's the last time St. Mark's had two champions at Delcastle?
Been quite a while.
I think it had to be 2013 would be my guess.
Right.
Good match there. Two guys that I'm sure will see each other a little bit later on in the year. And again, you know Luke holds himself to a high standard, shaking his head as he makes his way off the mat, but still able to wrap up a championship here at Delcastle. Phenomenal showing for him here this weekend, and obviously, as always, he's going to look to get better next time. I'm sure expected a little bit more somehow out of himself, but another champion for St. Mark's.
We're going to move to 175 pounds. We have our only Middletown Cavalier in the finals in Chase Timmons. And he'll be up against Drew Simpson of Delaware Military. Won his 100th match in the semifinals. Simpson, I'm sorry, not Simmons, Simpson.
Yeah, so many of them recently have
Well,
so
I got Timmons and Simmons. I was getting a little mixed up.
Chase Timmons. He's opposed by 12th rated for DMA, 13-6 on the year, 129 overall. Moving to Westchester, Drew Simpson.
So here we go, 175 pounds, almost done. 4 more matches to go.
And
Still
again,
the outstanding wrestler battle kind of tight right now.
That's a good point. And also, me and you talked about it, no Matt Duarte here in the finals.
Right, he was upset. Simpson is ranked number 3. Timmons unranked. That will probably change this week. Shot by Simpson, gets to that low single. Now goes to a crackdown. Having a little trouble finishing here as Timmons keeping him off with the whizzer. And no takedown, minute 26 to go. Stalemate. Referee wants to get him back on his feet and get some action going.
And now DMA still got some guys to go here.
CT Baker
sure
on the call.
How those how the team standings are.
I think
is it going to come down to the wire at all here in the finals,
they may got
or is it
wrapped
going to be
up.
out of reach?
They're still up by 19 or so.
Yeah,
Let me
okay.
refresh and make sure. Yeah, they're now up by 21, so I think that's pretty much a wrap.
A wrap there. Nice clip single there.
And there's the takedown by Simpson.
Coach L.A. Collier, my coach at St. Mark's in 2013. That's something we drilled all the time. Able to put it to good use there.
This weight class led by C.J. Fritchman of Cape and Lopin. Matt Duarte was his currently ranked 2nd. That obviously is going to change. Simpson ranked 3, looking to move up.
And again, Anthony Lucian and Matt Duarte. And again, it's been an eventful weekend here at Delcastle, as you talked about yesterday and today. Just maybe some things not going the way you expected. Number 1 seeds going down, other guys making big plays and finding ways to win. And that's, like you said, we didn't have this last year at Delcastle. We had some great matches, but not as much parity as we have now. It's going to make for a fun.
Well, a couple teams
weekend.
re-entering. You know, Caesar Rodney was here several years ago. Now they're back.
Yep.
They're up in the top 5. Now, not a lot of downstate schools in this tournament. Years ago, Sussex Central used to come here, but they're off this weekend.
I know back when I wrestled here, Sussex Central was here.
And when I talked to my son, the head coach of Caesar Rodney, about when he said they were going to come here, he says, I want to see the best guys in the state as many times as I can.
I agree, and that's why I agree with them. I think it's a great move to bring them back down. You get to see the guys that you are going to see when it really matters in March down at Cape Henlope, and why not get a feel, see what the state has to offer, and I think that is always beneficial come postseason.
Second period about to get underway. 2-0 lead for Simpson. And we've had a lot of false starts here. Lucian and Duarte over on mat 3, wrestling for mat 1, wrestling for third place.
I'm telling you, a lot of these third place consolation finals matches we've had have been some heavy hitters in them.
That's right. The guys you might see in a final in March. And we're going to go out of bounds. No change. Middletown with a full corner over there.
Yeah.
Stretches all the way down almost to the other side of the mat. Old chin whip attempt by Simpson. And he's going to get the escape. 3-0 lead for Drew Simpson of Delaware Military Academy. The Seahawks. Shot. Them and Carabel and probably got the red line of St. Mark's in for the hunt for the Division II title this year.
That's going to be a fun run for Division II. I mean, Division I also is going to be fun, but Division II, after Carabel being so dominant the last couple of years, now there's a little room for maybe some other teams.
They're
to
still
make
good, but there's a room to put a kink in the armor there.
Exactly right. There was no room the last couple of years. No kinks in the armor this year. Maybe we'll have to wait and find out.
And another takedown for Simpson. He goes up 5-0. 50 seconds to go here in the second period.
DMA with a great showing for those guys that have made the finals here at Delcastle.
Coming up, we got 2 number 1 versus number 2s. And then an unranked wrestler against a number 5 ranked wrestler at 285. And we're going to see that's where we get to see our lone St. Elizabeth Vikings and the Wilmington Friends Quakers at 285.
That'll be a good one. And eager to see Goodman back in action. And haven't had a chance to see Crocky yet again, so excited for that.
He has looked good in this tournament so far. And they're not big, tall, huge heavyweights. They're both, linebacker size guys.
Yeah, right, athletic guys.
Right.
165-pound.
And again, last year we had some pins, some majors, a tech. This year the finals have been tough. These things have gone full 6 minutes.
Some more.
Yeah, exactly. It's been an eventful weekend here.
And that's the end of the second period. It'll be Timmons' choice, and he's going to take bottom.
Simpson impressive here to start this one. Danny Williams, the only other Seahawk to this point to be in the finals and able to bring that home, trying to go as a possible 3-0 here in the finals for the Seahawks. Simpson 1 period away from taking home
I think
Delcastle
some teams
championship.
Today here this weekend, they leave here satisfied. Some teams not satisfied. Some teams wrestled well, and they're, the type of program they're in, they're thirsty and hungry and not satisfied with what they did here.
Yep. And I assure you, DMA is one of those programs that won't be satisfied, continually to work to get better and better.
Had a reversal by Timmons while we're talking. It's 5-2. Now an escape to Simpson. It's 6-2 here with 1:20 to go in the third period. We're at 175 pounds.
And another upset, or Lucian, I don't know if we're going to call it upset, beats Duarte.
It's a ranking upset, yes it is.
3-2 over there for third. And again, if you're now, Matt Duarte, time to regroup mentally,
That's
right? Tough weekend here. That happens sometimes, right? Even for someone that has as much
This
success.
sport, you have to have a short memory.
Exactly right.
Takedown by Simpson. Looking for the fall here. 45 seconds to go.
Might have it.
And he gets it. Drew Simpson with the fall. He's your champion at 175 pounds. Moving to our last 3 matches of the night. And still, I've not picked one yet.
I was going to ask you in between matches what you were thinking, because it is It's going to be tough.
It
you know?
is.
I mean, you've got your guys. I thought, obviously, if you were to look at it from that standpoint, Luke Poor, a great win, almost as expected from what we've grown to expect from him. But other than that, we've had some battles here in the finals. That's going to be a tough one for you
I mean,
as we come down the stretch.
I'm not sure where I'm going yet.
Usually you have a little bit of an idea to this point, but I'm with you. This thing's wide open.
James Miller from Salesianum. He's ranked number 2 in the state at 190 pounds. I call him Frank Miller. I'm not.
And he had a big win. We saw the improvement in how successful Hayden Money was at the end of last year and coming into this year, some big wins. And just seems that Miller has his number, able to get the win there in the semis. And now you run into Justin Griffith.
That's what you get.
That's what you get. Congratulations on your semifinal win.
You now get the 2-time state champ. They're underway at 190.
Are these new Sanford singlets?
Yeah, I kind of like that.
Yeah, I think
Got
they're
the
new.
kind
I
of like the
them too.
CR singlet with the belt, you know. And yeah, I've said this before with Griffith. Of course, he doesn't wrestle with his glasses on, but when you see him with his glasses on, you walk into a room and who do you want to wrestle? I'll wrestle that guy.
Good luck.
Yeah, have fun with that. He is just.
Oh man, I'll tell you, you're absolutely
He's
right.
so fun to watch, and he doesn't intimidate anybody by
Until after about 15 seconds into the match, you're
three
thinking,
go
whoa.
behinds, a couple tilts.
What happened? Who is this guy?
Yeah.
Like Superman, right? The sunglasses
Right.
come off, and
I just want to congratulate Sanford on getting him a singlet that's not too big.
I'll tell you, those look good, man. I'm a fan of these new singlets.
And he confirmed to us last year at States that he wore the same singlet for 3 years.
Hey, don't break.
From
it's not broke, don't fix
132
it.
to 182.
I don't know if that'll ever be done again in
No.
state history.
No. He pulled some major upsets as an 8th grader getting to the state finals. Pinned some good people. Broke some hearts along the way, too.
And that's where it all started, right? And now you fast forward 4 years. And
I think in his interview last year they talked about, getting to the finals hadn't worked so great the first 2 times.
yeah, hey, I know how that feels.
Right. But then he got a couple titles, and then he'll be going for his 3rd in March.
So technical. The wrestling IQ through the roof. It just gives
And
you.
he won the Battle of State Champs last year. He beat Josh Negron.
Right, and that was a huge one. Right? We were all excited for that one. That was the big one, and
Last match of the night. Miller in on a shot.
he just gives you so little room for opportunity. There is no user error when it comes to Justin Griffith. He's not going to make mistakes that you'll be able to capitalize on.
Justin Griffith's not going to be Justin Griffith.
No, exactly right, and that's it, right? And that's one of the big things as a wrestler. If you don't beat yourself mentally, physically, technically, you're at a big advantage, and Griffith checks all those boxes.
Another school that confuses me with their logo. I mean, I know that they're Warriors. I don't know what that tree is.
I've been wondering that for years.
We're going to have to ask somebody.
4 years.
Last year it was, what was St. Andrew's actual mascot we had to go through. We finally found out that they are the Saints.
And we had, there you go, news to me. And then we had the kangaroo this year for Wilmington Friends. We'll see a Quaker in the finals here.
That's right.
In just a little while. But, yeah, the tree has always been a topic of interest for me.
2-2 here with Miller getting the escape.
2-2 here, Ben, here in the second period. Miller wrestling tough. Strong guy as well. He took home first at Conestoga. A lot of moments for Miller standing atop that podium in the last couple years at different tournaments.
Wants to get the big one.
Absolutely. And again, that's what I'm saying. You talk about how good Griffith is. This is by far not a walk in the park.
No.
Even for a guy as talented as Justin Griffith.
We saw him with a late takedown last year, beat Josh Negron of Sussex Central, the defending state champ.
And Negron, so good in his own right. I was impressed with Griffith in that match as well, because the strength factor, Negron was so strong.
He was, yeah.
And Griffith was still able to find a way.
Griffith, he creates great angles. You know.
Yeah,
There he goes with a little elbow pass to the high crotch. You know, if he gets that leg, he's got you off balance and got a great angle to finish on. 5 seconds to go here in the second period.
2-2 matchup here.
These two will see each other again before the state tournament because they're in that same independent conference.
Yep, that's right.
Third period, Griffith will go down.
As well as Moni, I believe. DMA still wrestling there as well in that conference?
Yes. Yeah. Independent conference getting tough.
Yeah.
Especially with the resurgence of St. Mark's. Griffith with the escape. He goes up 3-2.
Tower Hill as well has got some guys in the mix. You know, back when we had conferences, back when I was at St. Mark's, it wasn't as, still tough. You had Sally's and some great guys at Sally's and some of those other schools, DMA back then, but nothing like you see now in the independent conference.
Yeah, it used to be like a two-horse race.
Yeah, it was. It was, St. Mark's and Sally's. A lot of the finals would consist of those two guys at that weight class, and then you mix in some Tower Hill DMA every now and then. I know one of the coaches now, Jesse Woolahan for DMA, was one of the guys we met up with back in the conferences in high school, and he's doing a great job over down at DMA helping out with that staff. So 3-2, we're trying to get a big takedown.
And takedown by Griffith.
There it is, right?
I've been saying it for 5 years. He is death by 1,000 paper cuts.
Yeah, you were right about that.
It's not a lot of power. It's just paper cuts. He just slices and dices you. Next thing you know, the match is over.
Yeah, it's almost worse that way, right, as an opponent?
Yeah, you get up and go, what happened? I mean,
jeez. I'm sore after those 6 minutes.
Out of bounds, 42 seconds to go. This here could be a preview of your state final. A lot of action left. Got a whole almost 2 months before we get back down to Cape and Logan High School at the beach.
I'll be here before you know it.
That's right. .22 to go here. Griffith with the 5-2 lead, in control of the match. You look at this box score and you go, 5-2. It doesn't tell how much he really dominated this match.
In control the entire way.
Even in the neutral position, you're just not going to fire shots off on him.
And I would say most of the time, he winds up on top as the match concludes. He does it again here. Another championship for the resume of Justin Griffith.
Justin Griffith, your champion at 190 pounds. Almost done. 2 matches left. I believe we have a Sally's DMA coming up here. Battle of the two state champs, right?
This is it. You see Tyler rocking the Delaware Blue Hens long sleeve. He'll be playing baseball there next year. The state champion, as your second sport. Gotta love that if you're DMA and Tyler. Such a talented athlete, but he's now going to have to deal with a Beast of the East champion.
Right.
In Max Agresti, and that is a different animal. For as good as Tyler is, and we all know how good he is, it's going to take another level if he wants to wind up on top of the Max Agresti.
That's right. We talk about August going to Delaware to play baseball, where his father was a Hall of Famer there.
How about that?
Coach at Wilmington College, I believe.
Absolutely right. I think they started the match over there on.
Was that the? Yes, 215.
So now we're about ready to rock and roll here. Let's do it.
Max Agresti in the white and gold. He is your #1 seed, #1 ranked wrestler in the state. And a Beast of the East champion. The last Delaware wrestler to win the Beast of the East, I believe, was Ryan Wolf.
Yeah, Brent Fleetwood as well, I believe, back in
Yeah, I guess Fleetwood would have been
2012,
after that.
I think. Yeah, Ryan Wolf.
Ryan Wolf was 2012.
Right? Yeah, wrestled with him through the Tyrants over those years. And
Yeah, Fleet would have been after that.
I'll tell you, he was so good at Caravel.
And Agresti with the quick takedown. He goes up 2-0.
Talk about a snap down like no other. Ryan Wolf had a snap down like I'd never seen.
Oh, my.
He had heads hit the mat when he got out there.
2-1 lead for Agresti. Another shot as they go onto the edge. And Agresti looking to go.
Almost like he wanted to
Left of my cold has not left yet. Agresti with another takedown goes up 4-1.
So good, right? I mean, 2 takedowns here in the first period on a defending state champion. And again, we know it's not easy for him, but he makes it look easy. Still a lot of time he argues overall and just in general in his matches. Because he is on top of a beast right now in Tyler August.
Yes, he is. August knocking off Dalton Deavy last year at Cape and Lopin, and then gave us the home run swing.
What a match. What a great interview. A chance to talk with him, you know, after that. And he said, yeah, baseball has always been, you know, kind of my main sport growing up. And, you know, I've committed to Delaware. He said, but once the winter comes around and I lace up those wrestler's shoes, he said, that's my only thought.
That's right.
And my only goal is to win out there on the mat. He said, no thoughts about baseball whatsoever. We saw that last year, and he knows when to flip that switch.
Right. He trails 4-1 on top. Now 5-1. Agresti with the escape.
And again, these two have met once already. Here they are for round 2. We might see, as we talked about, depending on where they decide to go, round 3 in March.
And Agresti with another takedown. Agresti, a lot like Griffith, makes it look effortless.
You're right. That is a, you know, they do remind me a little bit of each other in the stylistic aspect of the way they wrestle. And
out of bounds, minute 24 to restart. 7-2 lead for Agresti. We're on our feet. Again, we're on our second to last match of the night, and I'm still kind of stumped on a.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Benny, it's going to be tough. A couple of different guys you could think of, but no one really separating themselves
from everybody else. No, you're right.
You remember who it was last year?
No.
I can't either.
Another takedown for Agresti. He's up 9-2. And with the escape, 9-3.
Would all place finishers at the 190-pound weight class please report to
19 seconds to go here. 9-3 lead, second period for Agresti. In on a shot. August able to circle out, and Agresti goes behind. No takedown, time runs out.
That was close.
So third period about to get underway. 9-3 lead for Max Agresti. It's August Joyce, and he's going to go bottom. Folks, you're watching the Delcastle Invitational. Brought to you by Delaware Live Sports. Benny Mitchell with Nick Alessandrini.
And we talked about it a little bit off the air, and, you know, just throughout the season a little bit so far, but 215, like you said, Agresti's at 215. Not a lot of wiggle room.
No.
You know, right? If you got Moni at 190 for DMA,
Right.
285 to Negris, like usually when you have a state champ like Tyler, you're trying to find, you know, a way to find him state championship number 2, maybe another weight class, but it's going to be tough pickings. I'm eager to see if he'll stay at 215 because it's kind of looking that way,
right?
You know, as of right now.
Right. Yeah, the one thing about Griffith and Agresti, they're causing people to either get in better shape and lose weight or fatten up.
And like you said, I mean, that's the thing. You got Griffith at 190 as well, Agresti at 215. I mean, obviously you're not going to be able to get down to 75.
No.
Simpson there already, and then Denigris at 285. I just don't see another spot to go.
Under a minute to go, 9-3 lead here for Agresti. And he's going to give him the free release here. 9-4 match.
But again, as you said, in control from start to finish for Max Agresti. You know, Beast was kind of the big tournament for him this year after getting that state title last year. And
runner-up at the Beast last year.
And then able to check that off, and now you kind of just want to continue to get better and better come state tournament time, and you know, just do what you do, and he's going to be looking to wrap up another state championship this year.
15 seconds to go, 9-4 lead for Max Agresti.
That'll do it.
And that's how they're going to end it. 9-4, and that Max Agresti is your Delcastle champion. So we move to our last match of the night. And we have the unseeded and unranked Stephen Goodman of St. Elizabeth and the number 2 seed, Philip Kroc.
This is the one, right? This one has maybe the most uncertainty surrounding it.
Right.
Good to see both of these guys now, and either way, we'll have a new champion at the Delcastle Invitational at heavyweight. And then not to mention a great matchup here on the right side in mat number 1. Right, we talked about how good the consolations have been. That's what happens when you have so many upsets.
Right, exactly. Goodman, we got to see him in the state championship football.
And I'll tell you, he's a heck of a football player. I mean, phenomenal on the offensive and defensive line. He's got all the attributes that would make a great heavyweight. And now we're seeing him in the Delcastle finals.
Against Philip Kroc of Wilmington Friends. He was on the football team that won
the
double-A state title.
Both of those guys were, you know, instrumental in those championship and finals runs there.
St. E's finishing second to Laurel. A Laurel team, they were just a team of destiny.
And St. E's gave him a run in that championship game. Just Laurel too much to handle. They'll be making the jump up next year.
The double S. Oh, shot by Kroc. Can't finish the double, jumps off to a single, and he's got the takedown. It goes up 2-0.
When's the last time Wilmington Friends had a Delcastle champion?
When's the last time they had a state champ?
Oof.
Fifth? Back in the late 80s, early 90s?
Yeah.
This guy could be one this year.
That's right. We saw them win a football state championship for the first time since 1984. And now Kroc finds himself in the finals. Good year for the Quakers so far here.
That's good. Oh, lat drop, doesn't get it. Can he stay off his back, though? No, he can't. Takedown by Kroc. He's getting the swipes, looking for the pin.
He had it a few seconds ago. Refs weren't down there.
And there it is. Philip Kroc with the fall. And he's your champion at 285 pounds. Ranked number 5 in the state. And he wins the tournament that number 1 was at, number 3 was at, number 4 was at.
How about that?
So we're going to take a quick commercial timeout. We're going to come back with our wrap-up and our outstanding wrestler brought to you by the Henlopen Hammer Wrestling Club. Folks, we'll be right back after this commercial timeout.
High Five Hospitality, founded in 2004 when 3 guys teamed up to introduce the Buffalo Wild Wings franchise to Delaware. To date, they operate 8 Buffalo Wild Wings in Delaware and Maryland. Also the Stone Balloon and Limestone Barbecue. And let's not forget Expectation and 5 Jersey Mikes throughout Delaware. High Five Hospitality's mission is to operate 5 brands that serve high-quality products with exceptional hospitality. High Five Hospitality, founded in 2004 when 3 guys teamed up to introduce the Buffalo Wild Wings franchise to Delaware. To date, they operate 8 Buffalo Wild Wings in Delaware and Maryland. Also the Stone Balloon and Limestone Barbecue. And let's not forget Expectation and 5 Jersey Mikes throughout Delaware. High Five Hospitality's mission is to operate 5 brands that serve high-quality products with exceptional hospitality. High Five Hospitality, founded in 2004 when 3 guys teamed up to introduce the Buffalo Wild Wings franchise to Delaware. To date, they operate 8 Buffalo Wild Wings in Delaware and Maryland. Also the Stone Balloon and Limestone Barbecue. And let's not forget Expectation and 5 Jersey Mikes throughout Delaware. High Five Hospitality's mission is to operate 5 brands that serve high-quality products with exceptional hospitality. High Five Hospitality, founded in 2004 when 3 guys teamed up to introduce the Buffalo Wild Wings franchise to Delaware. To date, they operate 8 Buffalo Wild Wings.
And welcome back to Delcastle Invitational. Let's quick wrap-up before we get to our outstanding wrestler. And the night started at 106 pounds, where late in the match, Cliff Backus gets a takedown and defeats number 2 ranked Alexander McAvoy 3-1.
That was a great match. Again, Backus able to do it later. McAvoy was the aggressor early. Backus wrestled a great match, able to pull it out at the end.
At 113 pounds, it was a dominant performance by the 8th grader Dominic Lucian of Tower Hill as he pins Ty Bellerin of Red Lion Christian in 3 minutes and 5 seconds.
Dominant is the perfect word. From start of that whistle to the end of the pin, getting bonus points for his team. The 8th grader was in total control in every aspect of the match. A big pin.
And then at 120 pounds, Eddie Radicke. He does Eddie Radicke things. The biggest thing Eddie Radicke does is he keeps zeros on the other side of the scoreboard. He wins a 7-0 decision over Aaron Menachella of St. Mark's.
Looking for his 3rd state championship this season. I don't think, break a sweat. You talked about cross-country runner. Didn't break a sweat. Wasn't breathing heavy at the end of that match. Despite Aaron Menachella being a very talented wrestler, Radicke going to be a tough out this entire year for anyone.
At 126 pounds, you called him one of the more exciting matches of the night. Trevor Copes and Cameron Davis. Davis with the 7-5 overtime win, and that came off of Copes' shot and a little scramble, and Davis gets the takedown and wins it.
That was a fun one to watch. Trevor Copes, took him a little while to get going. Cam Davis Jr. showing off the strength. He wrestled a great match. Looked like he was mentally ready coming in. You saw the emotion after the victory. Great performance from Cam Davis Jr.
At 132 pounds, Luke Poore with the pin over Drew Pratt of Tower Hill in the 2nd period. That's just what Luke Poore does. He's done it all year. He's a 3-time state champion looking to get 4.
Yeah, I mean, like I told you when we were off the air during the commercial break, we've almost grown numb to how good Luke Poore has been. You almost expect to hear that slap of the mat every time he takes the mat. Again there, another finals, another championship to his resume, he has a punch.
At 138 pounds, it looked like two cats out there on the mat with Daniel Williams getting the 12-5 decision over Dustin Elliott. Those guys gave us 6 minutes.
Yes, they did. He was great from the start. Energizer Bunny, I like to call him. Got out early, took that maybe a little bit of injury there late in the second period, able to hold on, though, for a big win.
At 144, another match just as good as 126. It went to overtime again, and that was Daniel Sinclair of William Penn, the state champ, with a 7-5 overtime victory over Jamar Wells of Caravel.
One of the better matches, if not the best match of the night. We've had a few good ones. Wells was in control, had the lead late into the third period. Sinclair able to tie it up, and then a perfect shot in overtime to get the victory. Sinclair shocking everybody, going up to 144 this weekend, but still able to sit atop that podium.
At 150, William Penn's Miles Harding, he kind of weaved his way through the upper bracket, got himself to the final, but he ran into Sam Munch, who got the 10-0 major decision from Slazian.
Yeah, maybe a bad matchup there for Harding. Munch just was in control again from start to finish, got whatever he wanted in that matchup, ends up as the champ.
At 157 pounds, two guys, they both pulled upsets over top-ranked wrestlers, Michael Lane of William Penn and Jacob Ebal Red Line. Lane gets the 8-4 decision in a match that just it had spurts of stuff, but it was just dominated by Lane.
Yeah, I didn't know what to expect with these two guys. Haven't seen too much of them, the sophomore Michael Lane and the senior, but once I saw that length and size that Lane had for a 157-pounder, compare that with the way he wrestled, the technique that he was able to show out there, he's going to be, I think, tough come March here at 57. He wrestled very well this weekend.
At 165 pounds, Luke Spore transfers from DMA to St. Mark's. He gets the 6-3 decision over William Penn's Frankie Norris, two sophomores in the finals.
Yeah, two guys that might meet each other down the road as well. Luke Spore able to get it late in that match. It was in control. Norris gave him a little bit trouble towards the tail end, but Luke Spore winning that championship. Took third in states last year, second here last year, gets his first Delcastle championship win.
Drew Simpson in the finals, his career victory number 101 with his pin over to Middletown's Chase Timmons.
Lucian and Duarte both go down in the semis. These two guys meet in the finals, and another champion for Delaware Military Academy joining Danny Williams. Drew Simpson, who got his 100th victory yesterday, or I believe earlier today, now has a Delcastle win too.
In Rocky 4, we had death from above. Here at the Delcastle Invitational, we had death by 1,000 paper cuts. It was Justin Griffith of Sanford, the two-time state champs, with the 5-2 victory over James Miller of Slazianum. It was a 5-2 match, but it just seemed like Griffith was never going to lose that match.
And it always does. It always seems that way. He's that good, or he's going to wear you down, break you down, get what he wants out of the top position, find the angles, as you mentioned, in the match to get the takedowns. He did all of those things. Another win for him. And, of course, maybe a new singlet as well for Justin Griffith.
Right. He
Looked
does
good
get
out
the new
there getting
singlet.
that win.
This one fits. It's looking good. At 215 pounds, a battle of two friends, Max Agresti of Slazianum, the Beast champ. Now he can add the Delcastle Invitational on top of that as he knocks off Tyler August of Delaware Military 9-4. That was the battle of two state champions.
Yeah, and again, don't want to say made it look easy because it wasn't too easy, but he just makes every match look almost that way. He's that talented, that good. Was Agresti. Tyler August, one of the better wrestlers in the state. If you were to just watch that match and not know anything about those two, you would just think Agresti, is the man. You wouldn't be sure about August. That's the way he made him look in that match, and that is just so hard to do. Agresti is just that good.
Stephen Goodman, he knocked off the number 1 ranked wrestler in the state with a pin and Cale Deningers of DMA. And then he gets to the finals, and Philip Croc says, it's 7:30. I've sat around here long enough. I'm getting a first period pin. I'm the 285-pound champ of the Delcastle Invitational.
He had a mean streak right from the start. He was focused, ready to go, attacked early. Again, showing off the athleticism of a football player, able to get the pin. He impressed me today. Keep an eye on that name come March.
Folks, we're going to take a quick break here, and we're going to have our outstanding wrestler here in a few moments. And it's time for our Henley Hammers Outstanding Wrestler Award, and it's Philip Crock. And Philip, I'm going to ask you, it was 7:30. Was it a matter of just sitting around here long enough today you decided to get this thing over fast? What happened out there in that final match?
Basically, yeah. I mean, sitting around here all day, like, you don't really, like, being a heavyweight, you're towards the end of, like, every round. It just gets, like, really, it just makes you pretty, like, can't even think of the word, like, it just gets you lazy and all that. So you just got to, like, work around, maybe find some motivation for yourself, just think about, like, the rewards and all that, and just get yourself through.
This tournament today had the number 4, the number 3, and the number 1 ranked wrestler in it. You're the number 5 ranked wrestler. Goodman took care of Deningers, but you took care of Goodman. Talk about that. You're the number 5 ranked guy. You're from Wilmington Friends. Nobody knows who you are. It's been years since a Wilmington Friends guy has been a state champ. You're going to ascend to the top of the rankings, close to the top. Talk about your performance tonight and how that feels.
Right now, it hasn't really like hit yet. Coming from Wilmington Friends, like, I already know, like, I was going to be, like, underestimated. I already knew, like, guys were just going to, like, not take me seriously. But I'm just glad that I won. But now that I guess I'm at the top, I got to keep it there. I just can't let this down.
And Phil, just to get through, your mindset coming in. Obviously, you had a chance to check out some of these other heavyweights here yesterday. Obviously, you've seen them wrestle coming in. Did you have a game plan? What was your mindset coming into this finals match, knowing you were going against Goodman from St. E's, maybe an unexpected finalist there as well? But what was the mindset? What was your game plan heading into the finals?
Going into the finals, my main mindset was just whatever my opponent is, don't let him get to his main move. It's his main move for a reason. He's really good at it. I watched his match against Denigers from DMA. I watched his match. I saw the lat drop right to his back. When I saw that, I said, uh-oh, got to stay away from that. So it was just working around it, trying to fight a way through. My dad's a really good coach. He's really good at strategizing. He comes up with all the plans for me, and I just do it.
Well, Nick, this guy not just a month ago was a member of the AA state championship football team, and now he's going to ascend high up in the rankings. And maybe I think this was the last Friends state champion. I don't want to put the Mujo on you, but hey, 285-pounders from Delaware. Watch out for this guy. He is our Philip Crock. He is our outstanding wrestler for tonight. Philip, thank you.
Yep.
So that's a wrap from Delcastle. I believe Slazianum wins the team title, and we're off. Possibly, Nick, we're thinking maybe Wednesday night, St. Mark's and Red Lion.
We're hoping. That would be a good one to get to. We're going to try and be there. Again, we'll keep you posted, hopefully, Benny, but I'd love to get there and check that one out if you're available.
We're going to do everything we can to get that one on the air, folks. For Nick Halliday, Nick Alessandrini, Kristen Mitchell, and I'm Benny Mitchell here. Have a great weekend. Enjoy your football until we get back Wednesday night for some more high school wrestling.
The things that matter most happen right in our own backyard. Our neighbors, our schools, the places we go, and the people we know. And now there's one news outlet where our story is told. Delaware Live. Locally owned, community-based news. Free to every reader, because Delaware's future belongs to all of us. Quality journalism we can trust to help us take on the day. Delaware Live. Our state, our news, our home. The things that matter most happen right in our own backyard. Our neighbors,